All right. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show. Of course, this is Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition, and today we have NYOBI on the show. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Really cool character. We've been hearing a lot of people talk to. Of course, we've all had chats with Larry, I am sure. Very happy to have him in here with us today. But we'll get to Larry in a moment, of course. But thank you all for being in here. We got a bunch of people in. Do keep in mind, of course, we have all our links, which we always mention, but the real thing we need you to do is hit that share button and let everybody know what's going on so they can come and join our live stream, man. But Booster, we got ourselves a very interesting character today, man.
We do. It's a weeb character.
It is a weeb character, but it's potentially sexy weeb character, right? And that's always good. That's always good. Well, I do know what you're going to be doing today, and it has nothing to do with anything whatsoever.
You have no idea, Chester.
Yeah.
I will amaze and shock you.
I know. And of course, it will be Ezra related. Do be sure of that.
Well, yeah, of course.
And John Dillard, who's always gaming the system, said, "Who is Larry?" Oh, how dare you, sir!
How dare you? Who is Larry? Larry,
dare you?
Speak for yourself. Tell this
Larry.
man who you are.
Tell John.
I find it funny that John may not remember me. He actually did a commission for me of one of my Dungeons and Dragons characters.
Yes, well, I'm sure he does remember you. He's just being John. Oh, him, he says. Oh, God. All right. But let me come over here and say hello to the various artists we have on today, and I'll get to Larry here in a moment and talk about his NYOBI character, which is on Indiegogo. Do keep in mind, guys, this is, of course, an art challenge show. We'll be going for 2 hours. We'll start in about 7 minutes. We'll start the clock. And the rules are very simple. They can do anything they want, just no color. This is PG-13 plus. We give them as much freedom as we dare. And of course, keep in mind that the winner of this show is quite different from the Pro Edition. There's actually a prize. The winner here gets to go over to the Pro Edition and go head to head with the pros. And of course, there's a lot more exposure over there. And there's also auction opportunities and things like that. So it's an actual prize, and we're very happy to be part of this with Mike Miller and his Blacklist Universe channel. And thank you very much again, Mike. Everyone say thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Everybody say I love you, Mike.
Let's keep doing this show.
Small people count too.
Yeah, that's right. Small people do count. I met Mike. He's actually, I won't do. No, don't say that, Chester. Don't do it. Don't do it. But and of course, unicorns are real. That's for you, Mike. Love you, Mike. But goodness gracious. But nevertheless, that's the show, guys. We're doing NYOBI, and we're going to get into that and showing you exactly who the character is. We have changed our format about a month or so ago. We're now, instead of doing Superman, Batman, things like that.
I missed a call from your dad.
I'm sorry, what, Dina?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. But she must have been talking to someone off mic. But we changed the format to where now we're covering the people who are part of the Indie Revival, doing Indiegogo or Kickstarter type of stuff. And we love the change here. We think it's much, much better. And I see everyone's kind of having chats over there. I think it looks like we might have lost Jiminy. We were having some troubles, and it looks like Jim's mic is having issues, unfortunately.
I swear to God, Jim. I swear to God, Jim. I swear to God, Jim.
This is my mic.
It is your mic, so just keep yourself muted until we come to you, or you have something to say. But nevertheless, let's come over here and say hello, Booster. Let us start over here with Mr. McCrank, who was very naughty last week. Very naughty.
Yes, hello, and hail Raven.
Hail Raven. Oh, see, he's still doing it.
Much hail and nothing.
But of course, McCrank is my brother from another mother over there in Norway. Very happy to have him in here. He says he's not an artist. I don't agree. But very happy to have you here, McCrank. What do you think about the character we're doing today?
It's okay. I'm joking. No, it's
like it's hot to his face. To his face.
No, the character's pretty cool.
It is cool.
That one still stings, man. That one hurt.
It hurt a little bit, right? You know the cool thing about it though. This character has been being talked about for quite a while. There's a lot of hype and a lot of love for NYOBI. Actually, it's quite interesting. All the chit and chat, and I'm going to have to dig into that today and find out exactly what that is, because it is a cool looking character, and I'm kind of curious of how all this hype has been built up and see exactly who's responsible for it. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Booster. I swear. But thank you,
Well,
McCrank.
if you find out, let me know.
I will. Yes. I'm doing investigative reportive stuff today. But all right, moving down, we got Jim. You can unmute yourself, dude.
Hey.
Everybody, this is Jim O'Reilly. He's a great artist here. I did get that Twitter from you, dude, and I do need to respond and give you my mailing address and stuff because I definitely would like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah. But
Cool.
what do you think, Jim? What do you think about this NYOBI character from an artist's point of
Interesting
view?
character. I don't know too much about her. It looks like, does she teleport? Is that her power?
Yeah, indeed, she does. She creates portals
Okay.
much like Blink or Magic from the X-Men, traverses, kind of time and space to go from one point to another.
I knew that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good.
Oh, awesome. And of course, we're happy to have you back on here, Jim. Just make sure you keep yourself muted because, my God, Jim.
Sure. What
My
did
God,
you hear
Jim.
me?
I don't know. You got
Also,
some
we're
kind
hearing
of...
a brr and a chip. It's all sorts. Get out of here. Get it out of here.
Booster, that's you. Stop, knock it off, Booster. We
He
know
probably is, yeah.
John,
John
such a troublemaker.
Me?
John Dillard says, McCrank for the win, unless Rick shows up. All right, there you go. We have John Chedester says, how much would it cost to get a vid shout out at the end of the show? I don't know. I never thought about it. I guess if you want one, just let me know, and I'll throw one in for you. How about that? Anonymous alias. Oh, by the way, everybody, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we got a copyright strike yesterday. Yeah, claps for us, man. We're finally part of the team.
You made it.
Made
You
it.
made it.
You're
Made
official.
it. Yeah. I guess we talked about Chris Evans' new trailer, and they didn't like it. Netflix claimed it.
They're like, we're ashamed of this movie. Stop promoting it.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome. Moving down here, we got Ink Spots. How you doing, Ink Spots?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I am doing great, dude. And of course, nice to have you back. Now we're doing NYOBI. Have you had a chance to check it out? And are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Hot chick, big boob, short skirt. It works.
It does, dude. It does. Straightforward.
Oh yeah, it works.
Amen.
It just works.
Who teleports? You could do something interesting with a teleportation, I would say. She's a portal maker too. That could even be more interesting.
Oh. Where are the portals cast from? Oh, Larry.
Oh no, Larry. Cough
Look,
clears throat.
Booster,
Thanks,
I'm
thanks,
sorry.
Argos.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bill is picking on me because I need a drink. Well, dude, I just got done with a Comics News Today show, and I'm jumping right into this. So, give me a little bit of respect, for the staminas. But anyway, Ink, nice to have you back, dude, and good luck to you. Next, we have a person who's coming in the last minute to fill a seat. I do appreciate it a lot. We have Eric Hawkins. How you doing, dude?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, dude. You're always
Okay.
clear. You're not like Jim and Jiminy, who are just horrible people who can't get their mics working. God.
Jim
But
and
My mic works.
Can you see my screen though?
Yeah, we can see it. No problem. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's
matter
not
of
showing
fact-
me. It's sharing. So
Yeah, it is. The Hangouts is acting a little bit weird today, but on the other side, it's working just fine. So it's all good.
Sweet.
It's all good. But what do you think of the character we got here today, man?
Yeah, I looked at some of the reference and looked at the stuff, and it looks like a really cool character. It'd be fun to draw. Unfortunately, I'm not prepared for it because I'm just sitting here working on another comic book. But if you needed me, I was going to hop in. But yeah, she looks fun to draw. Looks like a little hottie.
Yeah, no, I think it's a nice little character design, and that's important, right? When you're making a character, the design
Definitely.
is very important. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got to be a good-looking character.
it does. Yeah. So
Pleasant
awesome.
to the eyes.
Yeah. Happy to have you in here, dude. All right, let
All right,
me move. Let me move down the row here and come to El Rodimus Flash, the man of instant art. I shall call you the instant artist from now on. How you doing, dude?
That'll work. Good.
Yeah. What do you think of NYOBI, man?
I'm kind of confused because I was told it was going to be Karen Carpenter, so I've been looking at flat-chested, skinny women all day for reference.
Oh, I see.
So I'll have to adjust.
Wow, you really
I'll
need to
blame
be of a
Booster for
certain
that.
age to get that joke, dude. Now, the interesting thing about the Carpenters and her in particular, she actually went to the same high school that I went to. Of course, a couple decades before, a decade and a half. But I actually went to the same high school as her.
They probably started serving lunch when you went there, right?
Serving lunch.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anorexia jokes. They're always good and timely. Sweet. All right. Now I've had a couple of people drop out where people are having trouble. Jiminy had trouble today. Dina seems to be having some kind of problem. I don't know what the deal with it is, but that's all right. We'll go with what we got. It's no problem. We got some killer artists in here today, so it's going to be great no matter what. But nevertheless, now we're going to come over here and good luck to you two at Rodimus. Interested to see what you do with this nice, sexy character. But Larry, hey Larry.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Now
Chester.
you and I are going to have a conversation about your character here in a second, but we have a bunch of artists here, and they got 2 hours to get something done, so they need to get started, which means that you, our guest, our man of the hour, needs to count them down. Now, here's the thing. It's a lot of pressure. I need to make sure that you understand this needs to be perfect. It needs to be cool, and if you screw it up, I'm going to sick Booster on you. Just so you know.
Well, I've had Booster sicked on me before. It's not pleasant.
No, it's not. It's not.
But
All
let's
the
try
oil.
and do this.
Okay. All right, well, dude, it's all you. Count them down, man. Get them going.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Booster, I really need to do like a tutorial or something.
Absolutely.
I think I need to help the world out. It's
I think
necessary.
Ben Henderson did it quite
Did
well.
I fail? Did I? I'm sorry.
That's
spectacular.
That's like a bad feeling. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's no
I've
energy.
seen your wrestling videos, bro. You can do better.
Yeah, it's like, here we go. We are ready. We're going to our countdown. We're going to start our show. We're going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. Something like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's
I
okay.
just thought you were looking
Painfully
for someone who
pleasant.
could count backwards from 5 to 0.
I don't ask me to do that.
Let me see. I see Zero Comics is in here. I'm gonna make because we're losing. We lost a couple people because of nonsense. I'm gonna see if Zero wants to come in here because he was on the backup. So I don't know if you're listening, Zero, but I'm also going to put it in the chat that I just made you a participant, so you can go into the green room and come in here and draw with us. But I will. Let me go ahead and show that.
Will let anyone participate, please?
Yeah. So Zero, come on in. All right. So I made him a participant, and hopefully he'll get that and jump in and take a seat. But nevertheless, now, of course, our artists are starting out here, Larry, and while they're doing that, and maybe we'll have Zero come in and join us. Pixel, if you do me a favor and pay attention to that and try to fill our seats. We lost Jiminy and Dina for some reason. If you can fill the seats, please do. I got to get into this now. But anyway, Larry, of course, most of the show today, we are going to be watching the artists do what they do. Right. But we want to take some time at the beginning and take a look at your project. Now, normally, if I was doing one of my normal, fan speak shows, I would share with you guys here in the Hangouts, and I go over and show everybody. But because we have the artists going on, I'm not going to do that. But of course, your Indiegogo page, so that's good enough. But I'm going to show the Indiegogo page to everyone right now. Now, a lot of us know you, Larry. We've talked to you and stuff in various different things. You get yourself you get yourself some money going on here. You started it off. It's starting to get along. You got 15 days left. You're looking to get a goal of $2,000. It looks like, and you're halfway there.
$2,000 Canadian. Yeah.
$2,000 Canadian. Yeah. So you're halfway there.
Halfway there.
Yeah. Now, first things first, please introduce yourself to the people. Tell them who you are. Tell them how you got into doing what you do. And another question we also ask of people, first time on this show anyway, is what brought you to this community in particular? So you just go ahead and cover that stuff, and I'm just going to show the page as you do that.
All right. Well, let's talk about what brought me into the community first. And this goes way back to the early days of me doing YouTube, because I've been doing comic book YouTube for probably about 6 to 7 years now. And one of the first cats I ran into was even on a few live streams. So it's way back in the day before a change of his content, was a guy by the name of Captain Cummings. And so Captain Cummings is one of kind of like the OGs of the original comic book YouTube community. He was doing shows with the likes of Gene Paul Ace Peter, The Great Legend Show, Howler Mouse, and others. And so I kind of got involved in that community, a couple of years later. And then Captain Cummings kind of switched his content from comic book speculation to more of the issues that are arising in comic books, currently, as it stands. And so, I just kind of kept up with Captain that way. And of course, when you go down the rabbit hole, it leads you to, Richard C. Meyer. It leads you into Ethan Van Sciver. And from there, you kind of, you expand and you start seeing what everyone else is doing. So that's how that started. But, here's the thing, when it comes to comic books and me, even back in 2014, I was very hardcore anti-art censorship. They were starting to censor, certain comic book covers because of the outcry of a very few, very vocal people. So, namely, I'm a big fan of Milo Manera. And even though that Spider-Woman cover, wasn't the greatest, it certainly caused a lot of controversy, and that kind of spilled over throughout the years. We talk about the Batgirl cover. I thought that cover should have been published. If the Joker is holding you captured and a victim, you damn well should be scared. Like, I'm an old school comic book collector, dudes. I've been doing this comic book collecting since 1986. Like, one of the first comics I bought was X-Men Annual 10, done by Art Adams, which completely hooked me. If I turn on my camera here in a bit, you'll see like just the variety of comics and collectibles and stuff that I got. I got into comic book writing in about 2014. I like many people, man, I drifted out of comics for a bit, and then I kind of got back into it about 2008, 2009, and then I started going to conventions. And I would go up and down this wonderful place called Artist Alley.
Oh yeah.
And in Artist Alley, you'll find, locals and pros and everywhere else in between doing these wonderful things called commissions. And I love getting art commissions. And so I would draw NYOBI, from way back when I was 16. She was a character I made in Heroes Unlimited, right? The old Palladium RPG game.
Sure.
If anyone is a gamer, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she was like a Japanese rock star. Because I was watching a lot of anime back in those days, like things like Akira, Bubblegum Crisis, the Minion Tank Police, Gunbuster, Battle Angel, Alita,
Pat LaBarre.
you name it. You're right. Burn Up W, stuff like that. Absolutely love late 80s kind of 90s anime. We would used to take 2 VCRs and dub our tapes. We were those guys. But anyway, so NYOBI has a lot of Japanese anime influence. Like when Booster called her a weeb, kind of made me chuckle a little bit. So somewhat true. And so yeah, I draw. I suck. I draw, and I would take my pictures down to Artist Alley, and I can go to these cons. And I was just like, hey, I got this character, and I want to see what she would look like, through someone who knows what they're doing, And so they're having people just draw her, everywhere from industry pros to, the local people in the community. And it was just so fantastic to see her come to life, by other people's visions, kind of like what's happening right now as we speak. And it got me excited. And I decided that, I wanted to do a comic book and just make it more than just commissions, but, actually have a story. And go from there. And so in 2014-15, we did NYOBI #1, which is what we're kind of promoting right now. It's a reprint, a second edition, if you will, of the book. Mm-hmm. People have been asking me how to get it. So we decided to throw it up. Special Indiegogo cover by Josh Spencer. I think he did a phenomenal job. Plus, we have the first printing available, which is what brought us to the dance in the first place. I mean, I know that sounded like a long explanation, but that was actually a very short one.
Yeah, no. I was following you all along. Matter of fact, I got a copy of Heroes Unlimited literally sitting right next to me, dude.
Damn. See, yeah, I got, it's a great system,
It
from
is.
way back in the day, and other, superhero systems I'm looking at right now is the Hero System 6 Champions.
Yeah.
And so, I remade her in Champions. I remade her in Aberrant. I remade her, in GURPS. You name it, if I can
love
make
Aberrant.
Right?
Love
Aberrant's like one of those systems that, kind of flew underneath the radar. But we had a very cool group of role players that I kind of grew up in the years with, and we would try everything. If it was a new game, someone had bought it, and we were checking it out. Like Cyberpunk 2020, the video game. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I got with Aberrant actually. I got the full hardbound special edition collections sitting in the other room.
Yeah, they're not easy to track down. I went to the local LCS and I bought a copy of Aberrant, but it happens to be the D20 system Aberrant. I'm like, that's not what I want it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm still trying to find those old books because I think, people ask me, they'll be like, how did you come up with NYOBI and da da da? And I say, listen, man, if you have a, like say Hero System 6, if you have these books in your possession, they're great superhero reference material. If you're having trouble thinking of a power or a personality or some skills that your character might have, just go through those books. It will flood you with ideas,
They will. You also got for superheroes, you got the Mutants and Masterminds. You got the old school Marvel superhero role playing game. There's a lot of them.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
The
I
old blue
actually,
box set?
well, right here on this channel, about a month and a half or 2 months ago, I ran a Marvel superhero role playing campaign, season 1.
Oh, that would have been a riot. Yeah, that was one of the first role-playing games I ever bought because I was, big into comic books. I mean, it was between that and Dungeons and Dragons second edition, right when they went from first to second.
Oh yeah, no, it was. I was in on. We were in day one. We loved it. We played that for years and years and years. The Heroes Unlimited is kind of interesting. I know we're getting a little bit nerdy here, but deal with it. But the Heroes Unlimited nerds. The Heroes Unlimited one is cool because actually a lot of people complain about that one. They're like, "Oh, I don't understand it" and stuff. And it's like, really? Because I thought it was very clear, and it's very deep too. There's a lot you could do with that system. Actually, it's a great system.
Yeah, Heroes Unlimited is interesting. I mean, the biggest problem that people have with Palladium books is twofold. One is like how long it takes to do the skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And figuring out all the percentages. And the other one is like some people really had issues with the combat system. As far as like number of attacks and the strike, parry, and dodges and how dodge works versus bullets. And now I'm getting really super nerdy on you, but yeah. Man, one of the first Palladium games I ever played was like classic TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I was like buying hardcore Mirage Studio classic Turtles at the time. That's what introduced me to the Palladium system. And then I was also a big Robotech fan, like they did Robotech and of course Rifts.
Oh, Robotech was great. Battletech was better. Actually with the Ninja Turtle stuff, you're talking about that Palladium stuff, the Wasteland stuff, the Rifts and stuff like that. That's really great. I love all that stuff, but we are really off topic, dude.
Oh, we did.
Way off topic.
But that just gives some background into how this all came about. She was based off of a role-playing game character that became a comic book.
Yeah. As John has made a note, we and I are going to keep talking, but I am going to start showing the art. McCrank, just so you know, you are White Box, sir. That's really cool. I'm a lifelong role player myself. I've been playing since 1979, I guess, and I love all that kind of stuff. I think of all the things we just dropped. As I got older, I think the Aberrant system is my favorite. But I like that. I love the World of Darkness PIP system that they came up with. I think it really lends itself not only storytelling but combat and role playing as well. I mean, dice rolling as well.
I'm Bruja for life.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? But now
it was really cool. Yeah.
Now, of course, what you're telling us is that your character is coming out of an RPG, and I am of such the age that RPG to me is tabletop. I know all you bastards today in your damn video games. These kids in their video games, they've tried to steal that. You don't get it. It's a VRPG. No. We keep the word RPG. That's our word. All right. And no LARPing, Bullet. Get the hell out of here. What are you doing?
Yeah. We're talking, pen and paper, classic tabletop RPG.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and those are great. A lot of really good systems. Had a lot of fun time. And of course, the cool thing is there are several other characters that came up out of role playing. Actually, this is not the first time this has happened. And of course, the good thing about that is not only does I'm assuming, but because it came out of role playing, the character has its actual history, and it also has cosmology. So,
well, yeah, I was the guy that often had to run the games, right?
Yeah.
So it would be based, loosely based in my version of Earth, with some fictional cities, and of course there are other characters and stuff that I may or may not introduce in the comic book series as time goes on. Like I got a binder full of characters that's kind of literally like a reference of a go-to of what I kind of want to do. Sure. And plus I still have all the books, so if I ever want to make something new, it's right there. And I find it's a big help, like doing a character profile. If you just take the champion system and make a character sheet. Yeah. Then you can take that sheet and then rewrite it as a character profile.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only does it really help for making comic book characters, of course, heroes and villains, it also, if you are a DM or a GM, if you'd prefer, it really helps you to be a storyteller because you have to be a storyteller, right?
Well, yeah, I've been, making up adventures and scenarios, for 30 years. Very rarely do I use pre-made modules and stuff like that. I have, but when I have, I've always kind of twisted them into my own thing anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty much used to coming up with some creative stuff. And but of course, having a good group of players adds to the dance, right? Because they always change things on you regardless.
Okay, so let me see here real quick. I'm going to move down. John, Zero is in here. Hey, Zero.
Hey, how you
Hey,
guys doing?
nice to have you on here. Now, is this your first time on Drone Accord, dude?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's my first time.
Well, since it is your first time, I'm coming back to you in a minute, Larry. But why don't you go ahead and tell us, John? Excuse me. What brought you to this community, dude? How'd you get over here? We're happy to have you on, by the way.
Basically, I came over from the GMQ, the Pro Edition,
Hmm.
and the main thing that like brought me to the whole comic skate area is I was just getting into comics and really they were trash, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. This is I really liked the comics from when I was a kid.
Hmm.
The ones they were I just couldn't stand them. And so really I came to this like community and was like, oh, these guys are actually making some comics that look good compared to the ones I was looking for. I plan on making my own comic eventually, but I'm a little bit fresh.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good. That's cool, dude. So, how long you been doing art?
I've been doing art for about 4 years now.
Oh, sweet. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Booster's been doing art for about 9 months.
I have, and you know what else happens in 9 months?
And it shows.
You know what else happens in 9 months? What? Tell us, Booster. What else happens in 9 months?
I don't know. That was like a pregnancy joke. I don't know what the punchline of that is, but there's like a correlation. I wanted to stick with it, but
so you failed, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, nothing's coming out of that.
Now,
no.
I noticed over here in the chat, I've been trying to, I'm doing many things at once here, but I see that Cassidy Morgan was saying something, and he said ignored. Were you trying to get a hold of me, Cassidy? You're trying to get my attention for something? I do have a seat if we have an artist that wants to take it. I see Bill is over here if you want to come in, or even John. I do have one seat open. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do have a seat. I don't know what Cassidy is looking for particularly. I thought it was 9 minutes. Ghost of Henry is also in here talking, but I do have a seat. So if someone wants to take it, just let me know. Here in the chat would be easier because I am kind of busy. But anyway, Zero, very nice to have you on here, dude. We'll be coming back and chatting to you again. You are white boxed right now. I'm going to move into Jim here in a moment, but awesome, dude. All right. So now, Larry, you and I
Yes,
were
sir.
kind of going on about role-playing games, which is always fun. But when tell us more about NYOBI herself. Give us a little bit of background. Who is she? What does she do? What are her powers, etc., etc.?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
So NYOBI is a 23-year-old, half Japanese, half American J-pop star.
Okay.
Turned superhero. She is what we call a genome, which is basically, it stands for genetic anomaly. My world version of mutants, right? And her powers manifested when she was 16, when she was confronted with a mob of fans. Anxiety kicked up, and she teleported out of there.
Oh.
And so this is how she learned how she discovered her power. It's in a 2-page bio, actually, in the back of NYOBI #1. I kind of do like the whole history from like the early days of the game. And and she goes on from there. She basically comes out in the open and says, yes, I'm a genome. She stands for their rights, because we're in a world where very similar to the X-Men. Many people view them as a danger, but also could be as an asset. So the government has really kind of taken the reins and trying to control them. So NYOBI actually works for the United Nations as a public relations ambassador, with her being somewhat of a celebrity.
I see. So taking a little bit of leaf out of Aberrant. That's cool, dude. And it's very practical too. Just so you know, Jim, you are white boxed, and damn, Jim, That's that damn Jim. Booster, could you do me a favor? Could you track down Cassidy Morgan here in the chat and get him a link and let him come in, please?
Can I just bloody put the Hangout link in the chat at this point?
No, dude. No, you cannot.
We'll just get us a wild card. Could be fun.
No, track down Cassidy and
right.
get him a link, please.
I'm on the case.
Do keep in mind, guys, we do draw along here, of course. Same with the Pro Edition. So if you are drawing along, and I know many of you are, just keep in mind that you're going to send that to hashtag DNQFE. Once again, that is hashtag, not at, hashtag DNQFE. And definitely do your art, throw it in there, and we will take a look at it at the end of the show. We always love doing that. We get some pretty amazing pieces. And we've also got several people come over in and joining us here on the show and part of our community coming from that. So don't be shy. Throw it up there. It doesn't have to be great. It doesn't matter. We're going to show it, and we're going to have fun with it. So please do that. Okay, so back to Larry here. Now, you've taken the very practical approach to mutant power showing up and how governments and people would, of course, react. And you've gone, is she working for the United Nations? So is she a straight up good girl hero, or is she conflicted? Or, give us a little bit more of her. I know you don't want to give spoilers, but you know what I mean.
Well, straight up, she's a good girl hero. I mean, she's gonna cut the bad girl look. I mean, obviously, but that's more due to the part of her being a pop star than anything else. But yeah, she's a straight up good girl. I mean, clearly though, the influence is old classic '90s sort of bad girl comics. Going back from the time of Lady Death and Evangeline and Witchblade and that sort of thing. With some of the stuff I liked to read when I was younger. So I wanted to do a comic book like that almost kind of paid an homage to that sort of thing. But yeah, she's straight up lawful good. If we're gonna assign her an alignment, if you will.
Yeah.
But she is conflicted now because in issue 2, she learns that the sickness that's been kind of plaguing her when she uses her powers may not necessarily be a natural thing, but more like a virus that's been implanted to these genomes to kind of keep control of them. Or be able to stop them if you get out of hand.
Yeah. Well, I think that the Aberrant system handled, I like that, the way they handled the world and how things would be very well. I love that system. And of course, it has some uniqueness to it as well. But another system that just came out this last year is, of course, Wearing the Cape. And that's a very famous series of superhero novels. But they have a role-playing game using the Fate system. I have it here. It's pretty nice, actually. The Fate system works well, and his system is the reason I mention it is because it's very similar to that kind of standard Aberrant take on what superheroes would really be like in the real world.
Yeah, it's not hard to tell. I'm influenced by the RPGs, and in your chat, you have some people comparing NYOBI to a certain member of the X-Men, and they wouldn't be wrong, when calling her that she's something like Dazzler. I mean, she's definitely influenced by Dazzler. Not gonna say that she isn't, but she's influenced also by say magic. She's also influenced by Japanese anime. She's there's lots of things that go into the makeup of NYOBI, but they're all part of it.
Ink Spots, yeah, you are White Box. Actually, I didn't get a Dazzler vibe at all. Zero. Other than being a pop star. No. I got much more of a Blink or something like that, if I'm going to apply it to the, X-Men. But I didn't even get that feel. I'm getting very much Japanese anime girl.
Yeah, I mean, with the pigtails, that obviously kind of adds to it. Then give her the moniker of a pop star. And then kind of a flashy look. NYOBI likes to wear lots of hot pinks and purples and stuff like that. And a little bit of leather to go along with it. That's more or less her stage outfit. But we've drawn her in so many different outfits and looks. We've even talked about giving her like an official sort of superhero costume. We just kind of haven't found the right design for that yet. Working on it.
Hey, we got Cassidy back in here. It's been a while, Cassidy. You be a good boy today, all right? I don't want to have any trouble out of you.
Yeah, no trouble at all.
All right, yeah, because I know you can be trouble. I know you can.
We know it.
Yeah, Booster's got his eye on you.
Yeah.
Nah, just kidding, dude. Nice to have you in here, Cassidy. And of course, keep in mind, guys, if you want to be on the Drone and Quarter fan edition, just hit my link in Twitter down below, and we'll set you up, dude. Love to have you on. But thanks for coming in and filling that spot, Cassidy. It's awesome, dude. And Ink, like I said, you are being white boxed. Yeah, no, and of course I'm not continually comparing wearing the cape or powers or aberrant. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it intentionally because what those worlds do is they take a very practical look at what it would be like if superheroes were really in the world. And of course that's one of the things that made X-Men popular because it took a more realistic look at it, right? So taking that approach is perfectly normal. But the question is, how have you nuanced it to make it your own?
Still fleshing everything out. We've done 4 issues of NYOBI, and each one's been kind of considerably different than the last. The first one really dealt with an issue of teen suicide.
Ooh.
This is one of the things about NYOBI I really want to stress to people is the covers are one thing, but inside the book is completely different. In issue 1, we actually followed the story of a young man named Lucas Casey, who is just he's a depressed kid. He's kind of gets shit on a lot in life. He gets kind of possessed by this evil spirit that feeds off of negative energy, and it kind of drives him over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing he happens to be, though, is a huge NYOBI Lee fan. And before he decides to, go the suicide route, he decides that he's going to write a public post about what's going on, and he tags her in it. And this is what gets her involved in his story.
Mm-hmm.
So NYOBI #1 is a really deep story. I had a lot of people that read it tell me that it's like, oh my God, that kind of reminded me of junior high, being picked on as a kid, because it deals a lot with being bullied, right?
Sure.
And in the back of the book, we give the suicide prevention hotline number and the kids' help phone number. If someone does read it and it kind of speaks to them and they're having an issue, it was never meant to be a PSA book, but because it felt, I felt that it dives so heavily into that social issue that I felt, it was necessary for that to be in there. Number 2 is almost like a straight up, superhero story. NYOBI finds out that her powers are causing her some harm. She's getting sick. She's suffering nosebleeds. She goes to a special wing in the government hospital that specializes in genomes to get checked out. They basically tell her that, every time she teleports, it's, playing havoc on her body, and the human body isn't used to this sort of activity, and this could cause you seizures, paralysis, possibly death.
That's
and
interesting.
They warn her about, using her powers. And while she's in the hospital, though, there's another genome that's actually there that's underneath sedation. They're going to operate on her to remove some of these dangerous glands from her neck that allows her to spit acid, which is Avani, which is the Kickstarter I'm actually fulfilling as we speak.
Uh-huh.
And Avani isn't actually sedated. She breaks out, goes on a murderous rampage throughout the hospital trying to escape, and NYOBI gets involved, and they have a back and forth, and Avani basically tells NYOBI, oh, have you been feeling sick too lately? That's no accident, And she says, the people you work for, you think you can trust, but don't. They're going to use you just like they used me. You'll see. And Avani kind of escapes after that big speech she gives. So we kind of set up a little bit of government conspiracy there. Now NYOBI's doubting, who she can actually trust. Number 3, she goes on vacation to a modeling shoot. She deals with the problem in the Caribbean. Number 4 was showing NYOBI who she was just as a human being. Goes through a relationship breakup and doesn't handle that properly. So the stories have been really different from one to another. But I'm just been taking different kind of aspects and looks of her. But what we kind of decided to do was almost do a soft relaunch of the series at this point. I'm doing what's called NYOBI Birth right now, and it's a 2-part mini series, and it's going to be a complete story from beginning to end. And then when we do the next NYOBI, it'll be another mini series, almost kind of like the way the Big Dog Inc.'s been doing it, or say Lady Dust's been doing it. I think that's maybe a better route than me trying to just do an ongoing series, because it takes a while to make one of these books. Unfortunately, when we do independent comic books, we all know that we're not turning these things out every month. So I think trying to make it an ongoing series, but you're only getting 1 or 2 books a year, doesn't really quite work.
Well, if you did a graphic novel once or twice, 60, 100 pages, I think it would be fine. As far we've seen a lot of people trying that. Just a little bit of maintenance here, guys. Eric, you have had been white boxed, but now Rodimus is white boxed. And Rodimus, is this your first, second, or third piece so far?
It's the first.
Oh, okay.
I'm going slow today.
He's slow today.
Oh, he's taking his time.
He is taking his time.
Bloody hell.
Also, just to let you
It
know.
gives me time to think about the Ezra piece I'll do later. So
promises. Also, Jiminy Cricket, I gave you a wrench so that you cannot be bullied by John Dillard anymore. Lorenzo Sleestak is in here, and he says, "Hail, Larry." Nice.
Oh, hail Lorenzo Sleestack.
Yeah, no, Lorenzo's cool, dude. And we got JP4 in here, Junkyard Done. We got Argos Creations. We got, of course, John Dillard, as usual, being the beautiful troll that he is. We have the best troll in the world, Joshua Hughes. And we got a bunch of other people as well. And I do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. I don't know what the problem is today. Maybe we got a bunch of streamers because we're about half at what we're usually sitting at. So if you guys would do us a favor and hit that share button, please, and let your community know we're live streaming so we can get some more people in here, please.
There's a lot of people streaming from San Diego today.
Oh, it's the comic. Oh, okay. Well, oh well. But that's all right. On these, we get a good consistent 200 to 300 views on these, no matter what. So I'm sure people will come back and watch it, so it'll be all right. But hitting that share button anyway, just to see. Okay. So I'm going to leave it on El Rodimus here for a moment. And Booster.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, how you doing? Are you eating, drinking, playing video games, or paying attention? Which one are you doing?
All of the above.
All right.
Except the last one.
Except the last one. All right. Well, I need you to pay attention for a minute. I need to step away from the mic for a minute. Are you ready?
All right. You go ahead. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I apologize, everyone, but Booster is in charge.
All right. Booster's in charge for now. Hello, Larry. How are you doing, buddy?
Portion of the show.
Oh yeah, everyone hates this. This is the cringiest part. Is where I have to start talking again. So remember, everyone, for everyone drawing at home, we do a little hashtag with the hashtag DNQFE, which I like to go for all the peasants artwork. To make everyone feel welcome and all that stuff, right? And also, it's just a really cheap way to get Larry more fan art. it's right.
Look, I'm kind of blown away with what I'm already seeing. I've been constantly kind of moving over and clicking on everyone's window and checking it out. This goes back to when I was talking about like going to Artist Alley and just seeing what the artist can do with the character. Every time I see a new piece of NYOBI art, dude, I get excited. Like it's like a kid at Christmas, brother.
It's awesome, dude. I always love seeing what people up here have to do. We love to trick all of these people into doing nice little art for someone for free. it was our scheme all along.
Every single artist on here know that I really appreciate you guys being here and doing this and helping NYOBI out and congratulations to whoever's going to win this. I mean, I have no idea who to vote for, Booster. Like they're all looking good.
Well, we try not to sway the vote at all, Jim. But it's they all look really great though.
For sure.
So,
Booster.
Anime looks really cool.
We got Cassidy over there with a very 90s anime look. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
You said Bubblegum Crisis, and I was like, anime?
I watched an anime before.
Can I also interject in something that's a little bit more heavy-handed?
Are you going to talk about the firebombing that happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
we discussed that on the show earlier. It was very tragic.
It was tragic. Yeah. I just got assaulted by an 8-year-old girl, so it's not good.
Did you deserve it?
Oh no, she said, Busby-san, do you want to buy some manju? Well, of course, this is in Japanese. Do you want to buy some manju for my class or my club? We are doing. Would you like to buy? I was like, sure, kid. Gave her $100 and tapped her on the head and sent her on her way.
Dillard does, but do you appreciate us drawing along at home? I'm a peasant and I'm upset. No, absolutely, John, for sure. Listen, I think John's a talented artist. Like I said, he did an E commission for me, which I still love, like a chibi version of my paladin. Yeah, I mean,
John is an amazing artist. Actually, he's just also a jackass.
It's an unfortunate combo.
It is. And Cassidy, dude, it's been a while. Nice to see you again. This is a beautiful Ghibli version of NYOBI you got going on here, dude.
Oh, thanks. I didn't intend for it to be Ghibli, but I'll go with it. I'll take what I can get.
I feel it feels very Ghibli to me. What were you going for?
Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh, okay.
When
Yeah.
you said that, I was like, oh man, I know Bubblegum Crisis.
Yeah, no, bubblegum, that's good too. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I'm getting that. I see that vibe perfectly. It's nice though. That is very good Japanese capture you got going on there, dude. What do you think of this one, Larry?
And
I love the fact that he picked up on the 90s anime reference, because no one's really done NYOBI in the anime style before. I mean, other than sort of like the chibis. I'm looking forward to seeing what she would look like, fully 90s sort of anime look.
Yeah. You do realize the Japanese never call those things chibis. That is very much an American thing.
What do they call them over there, Chester? That's where you are, right? You're in Japan?
Yeah, yeah. No, they would call them mini something. Mini with whatever the character's name is. Mini. But or nothing at all. They would it would be more of a some kind of expression rather than a word. I just think it's funny everyone's saying chibi because Japanese don't use that ever.
Chibi kawaii?
Kawaii.
No.
Idris Elba.
No. I just had a little chibi. I just had a little chibi at the door. Damn kids. They always come to my house. They know they're going to get money. They abuse me.
Oh, an American. He's got the cash. We know it.
Yeah. They always do, dude. But I mean, that's okay. Yeah, supporting the community and everything, Hold on a second. I'm going to grab my water real quick.
For sure.
Oh, okay. Hopefully he'll.
I think El Rodimus here is banging it out too, man. Really kind of got the some action going on here. The punk vibe flair kind of happening. I love the fact that he's throwing in the energy coming from her hands.
I appreciate the bulbs and the short skirt.
That's where the energy comes from. The heart.
The heart.
That's right, man. The heart.
I was gonna say the tits, but hey, that works too.
Does she actually have large chest, or is it more like?
No, that's just been like an artistic choice people have done. Like some people, like when I've drawn her, she's always kind of average, to be honest with you. But you get someone like Josh Spencer behind the wheel, and he's upgraded her.
Goes to town. Yeah.
And what an upgrade it is!
Memories for your memories.
Yeah,
but I like appreciate the different styles. So I love when I bring these blank covers to conventions. I always tell the artists, just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like they'll ask me if there's anything particular I want. It's like, no, whatever you feel. Like when you see this character, whatever you're feeling, I'm sure I'll love it. And I always have.
Covers for your own issues?
Pardon me?
Do you have blank covers for your own comic?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, I like those. Those are cool. And by the way, John Dillard and Bullet, I haven't mentioned anything about me being in Japan in a while. It's always you guys that keep mentioning that. You.
I think they're jelly.
I think they are. And Manny from Good Dog Press is in here. He says, "Aloha." Well, aloha, sir.
Aloha to you.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Manny? I just had. I don't know if you remember the name of it. Maybe Manny can help me out. We remember that the blue green sea turtle children's book that came out in Hawaii. It's made in Hawaii. It's by some Hawaiian artist, but it's like very popular. All the kids over there read it. Do you know that book? I'm trying to think of it, but I can't remember the name. But I just doing book reports here in the summer with my students, and one of the little kindergarten age type kids is doing a little first grader is doing that book as their book report choice. So I thought that was kind of cute.
A book about little green turtles? Y'all talking about my boy Franklin?
No, it's a sea turtle. It's a Hawaiian children's story. It's a beautiful little book. Actually, it's gorgeously illustrated. I just can't remember the name of it offhand, but Manny would know. It's a Hawaiian thing. But I thought it was cool that the kid came out of nowhere with it. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen this since my kids were little. But moving down here and just letting you know, McCrank, you are being whiteboxed again. Or first, actually, let's whitebox Larry so everyone can see Larry in his beautiful, cool room. It's changed a bit, Larry.
Let's look at Larry.
It has changed a little bit. I'm just going to show a couple of the blank covers of like some of the artwork that we've had done. This one here was done by local artist Samantha Branch. She does a book called Will Not Bow. She's very big into Michael Turner. So when you look at her interior artwork, that's kind of the vibe you get.
It's a nice
This
cover,
one
dude.
here was done by Giselle Lagossi, known for her work in Archie Comics and a little bit of variant covers like Red Sonja, Gem and the Holograms, and that sort of thing.
That's nice, dude. I like it.
That was
cool. This one here was done by Mike Ruth, who's done work for Conan and Red Sonja.
Nice.
Wow, dude. Yeah. And you got some really good, nice pieces being dropped down here today as well, man. You got a lot of artists that have done your character.
Yeah, like I said, I love art. I mean, this is like the perfect show. Like, I love these art streams, dude. This one here is done by Colette Turner. Now she does a book called Badass, but now like just getting work all over the place for variant covers, especially where it concerns Lady Death. You'll find a lot of Lady Death references here. But Colette Turner is also local to my city, so it's great to see someone that I know locally kind of turn pro.
Nice.
Yeah, she did a lot of covers for like Action Lab Comics, so Zombie Tramp, Dollface, that sort of thing as well. So I got her to do NYOBI Dollface cosplay.
Now, Colleen Turner, that's her name. I've heard this name before. Is it? I've heard it somewhere else, or did you mention it last time we were talking?
I could have mentioned her to you before because I do brag her up quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, she's getting tons of work. This one here is done by Jamie Tyndall. He did that book called White Widow.
Right.
yeah.
Also, lots of variant cover artists and pinup art he does. He put it on a Harley Quinn cover because I didn't actually have any NYOBIs when I saw him. But yeah, there's that one. I only got a couple more to show you. This one here is done by Dan Perron. He does a book called Die Kitty Die. He also does a ton of work for Archie Comics. So we did a little cosplay here, Die Kitty Die hanging out with NYOBI at a con.
Nice.
So she's doing the whole Dark Phoenix gimmick, right?
Yeah, that is
and
cool,
then
dude.
One of my favorite pieces of all time, and the camera will not do it justice, but anywhere you see purple, it actually sparkles. She puts sparkles in this. Another Colette Turner drawing here of NYOBI.
That is beautiful, dude. She's a good artist, man.
She's fantastic, brother.
Very solid.
Very solid. And she gave me permission that I can reproduce this cover as like a stretch goal print.
Wow. Nice. That is a killer piece. Yeah, it is awesome.
And so, I mean, I have many, many more, but those are like some of the like my favorite ones. I mean, they're in top loaders and keeping them protected and stuff like that. And then I have like a whole portfolio, just like an artist portfolio, full of like 11 by 17 images and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of it.
That's neat, dude, that you've got so many artists to do your thing, and I think it's really cool. And you're right, I love this format, dude. This is like the perfect place to do what we're doing here. I'm happy that because today, unfortunately, is the Comic-Con, so it seems like we're getting a smaller stream, but that's all right. But between we have a good group come over here and join us, and of course Mike has a much larger group will join him. But it's really cool, dude. Why don't you, Larry? I have McCrank whiteboxed here. What do you think of his piece, man?
Let me go click on McCrank. Yeah, I mean it's very soft, and I like that. She's standing there, she's looking over to the crowd, presumably holding the mic. It's almost like she just got maybe finished a set, or she's ready to begin a set.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the look, man. The jacket, the skirt. I like it when people put the musical aspect into it, right? That they hear that she's a pop star, and and they'll draw her performing. It's really good stuff. Like in the stretch goal, in the actual campaign, I gotta take two. We're releasing a print that we done way before the first comic even came out. We call it like the NYOBI Rockstar print, where she's just on stage and her back is turned to everyone.
Yeah.
So I love seeing her, when she's performing. It's great.
Nice.
I'm a bit surprised. I haven't seen anyone using her teleportation skills in their art here. A lot of them are kind of taking the musical on stage approach, which is fine. But I kind of would have thought I was seeing some jumpers.
Elronimus got her, powers activated here.
Oh, give him time. He'll do 2 or 3 more. Don't worry about it. Elronimus is speedy and good at the same time, so it is awesome. Bill over at Argos Creations. He is a machine, dude. Argos Creations says Chester makes kids go to summer school. Oh, dude, you know something that you might find interesting or not? The kids over here haven't even started summer vacation yet, dude.
That's right.
Yeah, they only get a few weeks. They don't get like 3 months.
Big shout out to Manny though. I love Manny, and he's got tremendous success right now happening with Skunk Girl.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about Skunk Girl, is that they have this wraparound cover by Tank Ferret Art, and a lot of people that we know are kind of on this cover, including our very own Booster Kiwi, and NYOBI's on the cover as well. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
I wasn't informed about this.
And I
I
complained.
mean, Maddie's cover. I knew about that.
Yeah, I complained because they didn't have me on there. I know where the love is, Manny. I can feel it. Just leave Chester out.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I can feel the love tonight. Yeah, exactly. Being disrespected like that.
He's
Unbelievable.
whinging again.
I'm not whinging.
You're bloody whinging, mate.
I don't know if I should mention this, but I'm going to anyway. A few of us have been talking about doing a crossover. We're not sure the logistics of it yet. It's an idea we've just been tossing around, but it'd be like Scalpel Zero from Tank Ferret Art, Little Girl Lethal from Slick Jimmy, NYOBI, Skunk Girl, and we're thinking about finding a fifth, right? So they almost be like like a squad that we might do like a little action of or something like that. Is an idea we've just been kind of sort of tossing around. Manny's all for it. Jim said he'd be up for it. Tank definitely wants to do it. So hopefully someday we're going to do this huge crossover.
Well, we do a lot of the Indiegogo covers here, so if you want any help in making that choice, I'm sure we can give you a list of people you could talk to about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. All those guys seem to be very excited. We love the fact that there's sort of like a bad girl revolution sort of happening. Where some of us are kind of bringing back some of these characters that you probably would never see now in mainstream comic book shops, right? Zenoscope, was famously, doing sexy covers and feature art like that. Heavy Metal Magazine's also kind of changed their tune. Marvel's really toned down the sexy covers, other than I would say what they've been doing with J. Scott Campbell and Black Cat, which is the reason why it was the #1 selling comic book in June.
Yeah.
Plain
What about Hackslash?
Hackslash, yeah. But you don't see the sexy art too much anymore, and when you do, it's usually exclusive variants that you have to buy on people's stores or exclusive con variants, right? Or Brian Polito obviously still does it with Lady Death on Kickstarter, and Big Dog Inc.'s still doing it. But it's not as popular as it used to be, obviously. And I always said that there's room on the comic book shelf for everything, including what I do.
Sure.
And one of the things that led me again to this community, go back to your question way before, was I would get flack from what I would consider third wave feminism on my covers, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what led me into the community, because I got disgruntled with being attacked unjustly and unfairly for just doing what I wanted to do.
Well, what we should have done tonight? We should have done the bikini edition, and you could have had a lot more to give them upset about.
Well, every time someone said this cover's too sexy, I said, well, okay, well, wait till you see the next one.
Yeah. You're challenging me.
That's nice.
And Zero, you are being white boxed, and he's using a portal, which is cool. Let me see. Let me catch up the chat real quick. Booster says, instead of chats, instead of saying, he says, a digital copy of $5 on of worthless Canadian money, it's practically free. It's true.
It's true. It's true. It is only $5 Canadian money.
Yeah.
Worthless Canadian money.
Yeah, I think that $4 American is what that is. That's how bad the exchange rate is. It's about 20% a difference, right?
Absolutely.
Buy a video game for $60, that is immediately $80 here in Canada.
Sure, but you're Canadian. You deserve it.
You in Canada right now? He's in Canada.
I can't help picking on the Canadian peoples.
Yeah, I'm in Canada, eh?
Tank Ferret did a phenomenal job on that cover. Yeah, he did, Bill. It was but Tank Ferret is killer. I wish he'd come back on the show. We haven't had him here in a while. Let's see. Junkyard Dog has a suggestion for you, Larry. He says Badger Girl from Wanpool. Ooh, that would be a good idea. Wanpool is awesome. John Dillard is laughing at somebody's pain, as usual. Oh, we got Cat. Now, this is the only Canadian that I actually like. Just this one. And she says, I might do a draw along. Anyone have a good reference link for the character? Yeah. NYOBI is on Indiegogo. And the link is just down below.
Yeah, it's my very first Indiegogo. More of a test the water, see if people are interested in her over there. Predominantly, I've been on Kickstarter for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my very first Indiegogo. It's interesting. It's different.
Well,
But yeah,
it is. It's a little cheaper. The Kickstarter platform has more options. It's really better. But there is in this community particularly. Because Kickstarter had done a few things that were, I think, what John Malin attacked him or kicked him off the platform, or they did some political nonsense over in Kickstarter. So this community is really very much wants to support the Indiegogo. But the thing the community forgets is that Indiegogo has done the same thing to some of the creators as well. But so they're
yeah,
both,
I
you know,
don't know if anyone has perfect business practices,
no,
right?
no,
My theory on it was, is I want to get NYOBI out to as many people as possible.
sure.
So I don't really favor honestly one over the other, like as far as the platform goes. I mean, I'm more than happy to go on both and reach as many people as I can.
Absolutely. Jim, you are being white boxed again, and now I notice that Jim does have her moving. I guess he is coming out of a portal now that I see the side stuff. Damn, Larry, look at that dude.
I know, man. He's got a lot of action and flair there. That the hair is flying. That could almost be like like a great cover or print sort of idea that he's doing
Yeah,
there.
absolutely, dude.
It's just full of action,
It
and
is
I love
great.
it.
What's really unfortunate that Jimmy couldn't get his mic working today because this would have been perfect for
Can you
Jimmy.
hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Jim. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you want to say something, Jim?
Oh no, I just thought I was muted off.
No, we hear you, dude. I was just admiring your piece. Like I was saying with Jiminy Cricket, it's too bad he didn't get his mic working because Jiminy would be perfect at this. He's really good at dynamic action. He's killer at it.
I like Eric put in the bad symbol on the shoulder of the
Not the
NYOBI
bad,
jacket.
yeah.
Yeah, that was an idea that came up from a girl named Danica Brine, who is she's a great Canadian artist. She's also the girlfriend of Marvel artist Nick Bradshaw, who lives here in the city. And I had her draw NYOBI, which is like one of the reference pics I gave you guys. And she was the one that slapped that on there, and it's been kind of a staple ever since.
Wow, I didn't know that Marvel artists were allowed to have girlfriends. I thought they were all supposed to appreciate the transgender or something.
Yeah, well, Nick, he's a nice guy, but me and him see things differently. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, of course, I think it's all relative to the soy in your diet. Really, when it comes down to it. But it is really nice. Let me see here. Bill has a question for you, Larry. He says, "What are all of NYOBI's powers? Teleportation and what?"
And an energy blast, a concussive energy blast. So she can take her power, she can kind of focus it if she concentrates hard enough and release a blast of energy as an offensive weapon. It does take a little bit more from her to do that. She just can't willy-nilly do it on the fly, but if she can concentrate her energy, she can force it out of her hand.
Well, you're not quite speaking my language. Give me the game mechanics on
it. 66 energy blast.
Okay. Yeah, but is there some kind of weakness or hindrance put on top of it or limitation?
Well, her limitation is herself. Basically, the more she uses her powers, the more it tires her out and causes harm to her body, right? So she starts teleporting. Like, say she gets into a fight, and she starts teleporting around her opponent, or starts teleporting them and throwing them through portals and stuff. Her opponents are going to find out that every time she does it, she's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So that is her limitation right there.
That is nice, though. That allows for some really good storytelling, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if someone just kind of makes her overexhaust herself, then she might be done for. Like.
I always said to the min-maxing power player guys, is like, you do realize making a weaker character is a lot more fun to play, right? And
yeah,
actually,
I've had those power monger players. They'll come in and they'll try and take any system they can and do exactly what you said. Do the whole min-max. They're playing the numbers game just to make the most ultimate sort of powerhouse character you have. And I've always been a storyteller, right? Like when I role play an IGM. I like to incorporate a lot of voices. I like a lot of stories. Sometimes, we've done games where there hasn't been a single combat. So
sure, absolutely. Ink, you are being white. Oh, he's got a nice background going on. That's cool what you're doing. I like what you're doing here, Ink. But Yeah, no. I actually remember one time I actually wasn't DMing because I usually was. We were playing D&D, and one of the guys showed up and he said, "Oh, I created it at home because we usually create them together, right?" And of course,
Right.
every stat was 15 or higher, and he had 3 18s. You know, it was real lucky
Yeah.
rolls. Yeah, full of it. And I got mad at him. I wasn't DMing. I was playing, and I was like, this is nonsense. So I made a halfling who worshipped the god of beer, and I gave him a 9 in every stat. Didn't even bother rolling, just
Beautiful.
9'd him straight all the way down, and he ended up becoming a god.
Damn, man.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I was on a mission. I was trying to prove a point. You know what I did? I used good berries in the sling, right? And fire the fire lock on it.
Yeah, I never played a halfling. You know, I mean, I have when I as a GM, but I never rolled a halfling character for myself.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We're being nerds again. I do apologize, you elite artists. God.
Yeah, one of the things I like to do, you know, is someday do a fantasy book. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, based off of my old D&D book, because I like the world building and create. And,
Sure.
even though some of the D&D worlds like Greyhawk and the Realms and stuff like that were fun, I always prefer to do my own thing. And someday, I got all these projects in mind, Chester, but there's two factors: time and money, right? So
time and money, yeah. I actually got a bunch of tabletop role-playing systems I've been messing around with, and one of the things that's always kept me from actually producing any of them is I don't have access to the art. Ooh, look where I am. I might well have to do something with that.
Man.
Yeah, right.
I think you have some friends and connections here, brother.
I do think I do. Yeah. Everyone's busy with stuff though, so I don't want to bother anybody. But one of these days, I'm going to have to do something about that because I'd love to actually put one of those out. But nevertheless, let me see here if anything in chat. Any questions? We got Pope Fire in here. Excellent.
Starfire Goddess herself.
Yes, she is. We're talking about Kit. There you go.
Would you like to see a page from the new book?
Sure.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Let me see if the screen share will work here. Boom.
All right, come over here.
Hopefully that is up.
Yeah, it is up. Oh, look at that.
What? Nice.
Yeah, that is nice,
So
dude.
we've updated our art a little bit. This is for the new book that's going to come out probably in August or September. It's called NYOBI
Dude,
Birth.
that kicks ass.
That is kicking
This
ass.
is a two-part mini-series that we're working on. Now, the artist's name is Samir Simone from Brazil, and I got hooked up with him by a connection I have on Facebook. He he helps people find artists, colorists, letterers, that kind of stuff. So he kind of runs it's almost like a mini agency, right? So I contacted him. I said, look, I need an artist. This is the budget. I'm trying to do a 90s style sort of comic, but who do you have that could even come close? And this guy was recommended to me. We're 9 pages done already, so we're just cranking right along. We started maybe about a month and a half ago, and so the 9 pages already inked, and we're doing the rest of them, and it's going to be full color, man. Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah, it is cool, dude. Now, is this your art or is this somebody else?
No, I'm not doing the art. This is done by a guy in Brazil named Samir Simone.
Wow, another Brazilian booster.
Yeah,
they're taking over the comic world.
Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't embarrass myself by showing you my art.
All right, but
I show mine. I'm not afraid.
He's not afraid. How is your Ezra Miller version of NYOBI coming, by the way?
Huh?
Oh, is that what you're calling it?
Part of the course.
You can piss off, whoever said that.
I do apologize, Larry. I don't know if you know our format over here, but Booster does draw along, and it's funny because Booster can't draw to save his life, and everything is Ezra Miller. It's all Ezra Miller all day long.
Drawn and quartered at one point in time, isn't that true?
That's right.
It's true. There may have been hijinks. I had nothing to do with it. Other people may have been involved. I disavow.
So I'm just messing with you, brother.
Yeah. And of course, if you guys are drawn along, and we hope you are, the link has been put a few times, so you can check out the Indiegogo page. Of course, you see what we're showing these guys do here. And where was I? I think it was over here. Eric is next. just to go ahead and put that on hashtag DNQFE. That's just on Twitter. Just go in and type in hashtag DNQFE and drop your art in there. At the end of the show, we'll take a look at it for sure. And Eric, could you back that up for a second so we can see the full page a little bit?
Of course.
Look at that. Ooh, she got some sexy sucking on a lollipop. She's sucking on a
Yeah.
lollipop.
She's teasing the camera there, man.
She is.
She's got a cute little belly button ring too. Let me zoom in on that there.
Oh, it's me. Yay.
You gotta love it when the artists throw in like the little like Easter eggs and references. My old artist Steve, he did that a few times, and like sometimes I'll go through like the old issue of NYOBI's, and I'm like, damn, I didn't notice that there before. Like.
Well, I'm not going to complain about having myself hanging off a beautiful girl's belly button. I'm good with that.
You're hanging off a belly button.
Yeah, he put my icon as the belly ring on her.
That's brilliant. I love it.
I'm sucking up a little bit.
Sucking up a little bit, yeah. There you go, guys. Vote for him. Vote for Eric's got the best one.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, Kat said she was drawing along, and she could be doing dropping it on the hashtag. But this, which is going to be troublesome because Kat is a really good artist, and Kat does women really, really, really well.
Oh man, you got me excited then. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I can't either, dude, because it's going to be badass. Kat's really good at this kind of thing, actually. So I think you guys are in trouble. You're probably lucky she's over on the DNQ, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on my little screen, that's one of my drawings. Probably done in maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Had a little small set of Copic markers, decided to play around with them a little bit.
That's a lot better than me and Booster.
I like the ribbons.
So like I said, I put her in all kinds of different outfits. Like someone said, you should draw fashion. I was like, yeah, maybe. But I have tons of pictures like that, and like I said, I would take these to Artist Alley, and then they would draw them. But then we came up with the classic look that everyone's kind of using right now, and that was done by Danica Brine. Like I said, local artist here. She's kind of really took something I drew and then put a look that we decided just to kind of run with here. People want references. This is what I usually give them right here on the screen.
Okay.
That's a reference I usually throw.
I'm drawing it because I'm creatively bankrupt.
John Diller says, Kat does women, Chester 2019. Thanks, John.
Oh, Lordy.
Followed with a giggity?
Huh? That's Kat.
She's followed by a giggity?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Say it again.
Is that to be followed by a giggity?
Yes, that is
Giggity,
definitely
giggity.
a giggity.
Right,
Yes,
Giggity.
that's right. A giggity, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
one more thing here, Chester. This is going to be the variant cover for the new comic book, and this is done by a guy named Paul Green and colored by the legendary Ula Moss.
Wow. Look at that, Booster.
Oh, I like that.
That is tight, dude.
So Paul Green, he's got a very style reminiscent of like J. Scott Campbell. He's known for his work on Lady Death and his work for Zenoscope Comics, doing exclusive convention covers and store covers for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Ula Moss has just pretty much colored everything in comics. So
that is very, very nice. That costume that she's wearing, there's something that's jumping in my head though. Who wears a costume like that? Damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. There's a character who looks just like that, just not as much belly being shown. But that costume
Brittany, bitch.
Huh?
Brittany, bitch.
Brittany, bitch, yeah. I think Paul did a great job at the fight. And, he just took it upon himself to kind of draw that outfit. But I kind of like the, how it looks armored up a bit. Like, it's kind of neat,
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome, dude. And she's sitting on that kind of Akira style bike a little bit. Not well, I guess
Absolutely.
It's not. Yeah.
And in the new book, I do a little homage to Akira. She there's one scene where she comes out of the portal and she does the whole Akira bike slide.
There you go. Hey, that's cool, dude. That is cool.
Yeah.
But hot chick on a hot bike, that's win and triple win, dude. All right.
Yeah, and so he's doing a variant cover. And then we have Steph Wilson, who's an up-and-comer, great artist, has a very Dan Mendoza sort of style. She's starting to get work now in the industry. She's doing a cover. And then Samir will do a cover. RB White, who's been doing our covers in the past, he'll still be on board. And then we'll probably have a blank cover as well.
Well, actually, Pope has got a good question for you, which I'll ask in a second. But first, I will ask you to take a look at what El Radamus is doing. And
I'm always looking at what he's doing here, man.
he's definitely got the nips in full force, man.
Yeah. She's definitely playing with the camera here as well.
She is. It must be cold outside.
Yeah, I love the little bow tie on the leg. Fantastic, man.
It is cool. Yeah, nice touch.
Yeah, I throw a lot of bow ties in my drawings for some reason. Lots of ribbons and flowy things, and
Yeah, well,
I
why
love
not?
it, man. And Portal, right?
Yeah,
and no one can really Portal's right, but he's doing a great job on it.
No, absolutely, yeah. Radamus is a really good artist. And Pope's question is, why won't I like the villain? Meaning, who's your villain?
I think she's talking to Good Dog, Chris.
Is she? But I don't know. It's a good question anyway.
Yeah.
Well, so one of the villains, the main villain, is this sexy little girl right here, named Avani. And this here is Avani Origins #1. This was the last Kickstarter we just did. I'm actually in the middle of fulfilling all these orders. In fact, when I'm done here, I'll be making.
And might I say, those are 10 out of 10 bobs.
Those are good bobs.
This
yeah.
is RB White's doing. Again, RB White is known for very sexy images because he's been, featured in Heavy Metal magazine and stuff like that. So that's just kind of his motif, right?
Sure.
But yeah, this is the main villain of Avani, and she's got the powers of water manipulation. So she can turn into water, but she also has some deadly claws, and she can spit acid right in your face. So she's not someone you want to mess around with. She's not an anti-hero. She is a straight-up savage killer. She was trained to be that way by the government. She's now on the loose. The government's hunting her down. Her and NYOBI got into a tiff. NYOBI's kind of taking it personally. So, this is like Daniel LaRusso versus Johnny Lawrence right here. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, you need to know, hold on, bring that back. That was a Karate Kid reference, true. You need to bring it up a little bit because the best part of the art is not being seen. Oh, there it is. Oh, my God.
And not to mention that Johnny Lawrence is obviously the hero.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece of art that you got there.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Cobra Kai never dies. That's nice. Let's see here. Pencil for Light, Brad over at Pencil for Light says, Chester, all the hashtag DNQFE entries can just walk away now. They're going to lose. He is claiming victory of the hashtag DNQFE. That sounds like a challenge to me. So you guys got about an hour left, so get at him.
I'm
look at that.
At it. He has a very strong claim to it.
He does. Wow. Okay. Sweet. There you go. Brad has thrown down the hammer. Cat is definitely going to throw down the hammer. Turtle Rabbit Fox always throws up the hammer. It'll be cool. I'm looking forward to see what the hashtag is today. But once again, hashtag DNQFE. Draw along, drop it in there. We'll take a look at it. Yeah.
This is the variant cover for NYOBI #2 that features Avani. This was her first appearance.
She is buxom.
She is, and notably so. I mean, that was the design that RB White gave her, so we just kind of run with it. She's kind of got the Power Girl syndrome going on there, but it works for her, But NYOBI traditionally isn't this buxom, you know what I mean? But this is Avani, so she's a different beast altogether.
Well, I'm sure John Dillard is drawing along as well, and trust me that she will be buxom and probably tied, just so you know.
Tied up.
It will be disgusting. You'll hate yourself after viewing it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all good, man. I had someone ask me, has anyone, done NYOBI lewd or porn before? I said, no. Are you going to be the first?
Challenge thrown, dude. This is not the right community to do that in. Because they will take you up on
don't lewd my character. That would be ever so bad.
Right. Cassidy, you are being white box, dude, just so you know.
I think the question was posed to me like that. Maybe I was that question. I was like, man, I don't care. Like,
yeah, well,
Now
no, why would you?
The real question is, are you going to do it?
Go ahead, say that a little more clear.
So the real question is, are you going to do it well?
Right,
yeah, that's true. That's the problem.
If you're going to do at least make it good, Like,
yeah,
that's right. You get me?
Yeah. Well, John Dillard does nudes pretty well, actually. He's not bad at that. He's just not good at faces.
John Dillard does nudes pretty well. I love it.
Yeah.
Quote Chester on that one.
Yeah, quote
That's something to put on his box art.
Okay. Now, L. Rodimus is just like I finally caught on to what he's doing here. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it is cool, right? It is really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
You said to do something with the portals, so.
I did. Thank you.
And I mean, she can do tricks like that, and she'll use those portals in combat, much like that. You never know sort of which angle she's going to come at you from. You know,
just in combat.
Oh.
Well, actually, her portals are a big part of her stage show as well, right? So when she's on stage and she's teleporting all around the arena and the stage, you know, to get people all hyped.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah. And poor Booster, he doesn't understand what sex is. You don't want a girl teleporting during that, dude. That's not a good thing. It's really not.
You don't know what I'm into. Don't
only when it's over.
Only when it's over.
She won't have to watch me cry.
Oh my God. You know, I had a friend of mine that was complaining to me once. This is no joke. I'm not making this up at all. I had a friend of mine who was kind of complaining, and he says, you know, every time I start dating a girl and we start having sex, they always ask me afterward, "Are you gay?" And I was like, dude, you're doing something wrong.
Whoa. He is doing something wrong if that's a common occurrence.
Right?
What? I just asked her to get in her suit and do it from behind, and I. What's weird about that? Jeez.
Just asked you to strap this on for a brief minute.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything to do with. I mean, it's funny, but I don't think I had anything to do with that. I don't know what the hell he was doing. But he's he's a little bit. He's a nice guy. He's a good person, but he's one of those. He's a little bit of those kind of progressive loopy loop types. He's probably asking permission and is this okay and being gentle. And he doesn't understand. Women really want you to grab them by the hair and just pound them for an hour. That's what they want.
Oh, they want that dominant alpha male.
Yes, they do. Yeah. They don't want none of this soft, you know, crying and soft touching and stuff. They don't want that. That's not what they want. Take it from Chester. Take it from Papa Chester.
You need to grab women by the hair and beat them. That's what Chester
No, I said pound them. This
absolutely pound them in the face because they
pound
did
them about the face and head.
I'm sure that's going into Chester's quote book.
Yeah, I know. Someone's gonna put a quote book for me together. Nick keeps quoting me. Actually, he's funny. I guess I say the damnedest things. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what I'm saying. I guess. Which hey, did I tell you guys I got my first community strike yesterday? I was so happy.
You did. You
what was
did
it
at the very beginning of the stream. You were very excited about it.
Was not actually a community strike. There's nothing against the channel. Actually, it was a monetary one. Of course, I don't monetize, so it didn't matter. But no, we yesterday's comic news. We covered the new Red Sea diving camp from Chris Evans. It's some kind of save the Ethiopian peoples from the horrible, it's one of those kind of films, action, military things. And I just showed the trailer and we talked about it. Now, Chris Evans is an absolute tool, but he's a really good actor too. So we were but they didn't like it. Netflix didn't like it. They claimed it. They claimed it worldwide.
Yeah, I love it when that happens to my YouTube videos. If I kind of do a trailer reaction or I play some music, I'll get that similar strike. I mean, they never do anything with my channel. They just say so-and-so has monetized your video. I'm like, oh, great. So so-and-so has monetized a video where I have 300 subs, maybe 40, 50 views if I'm lucky. So they get, what, half a penny? Yeah, that's a good trade-off. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They have the option because they told me in the thing, because I don't have a strike against the channel itself. It's just they claimed the video so that you can't see it. Yeah. And of course, I'll just cut that out and upload it, so it's no big deal. The interesting thing is they showed in the options that Netflix has reserved the option to monetize the video. And it's funny to me because, we get a consistent 63 people that come and watch our videos, pretty much every video. And then the bigger days like this, we'll get several hundred. But we always get 63 people, and we love you 63. You guys are awesome. The funny thing to me is I have nothing monetized on this channel, and I never will. I'm not doing that. So if Netflix actually monetizes that, that'll be the first monetization I've ever had, and I won't get a penny of it. So it's funny.
We got Hope Fire still hanging out in the chat. Risey Lee, no relation to NYOBI Lee, is here in the chat, and he says, "Hail my pickles."
Hail my pickles.
Nah, my pickles in chat. He says, "Howdy, all hail adjacents."
Now I'm coming. I am just. I am just continually scrolling through the art. Just continue. I'm back here up here to McCrank, but Booster, you let me know when you're ready, and we'll come and show your travesty.
Of course, of course. I'll have something special cooked up for you boys.
Hey, I got a
As
question.
soon as it's ready.
You
Yeah, go
guys
ahead.
like the salute hand or the peace hand?
Well, Larry, what do you prefer, a salute hand or the peace hand here for Cassidy's character?
Both are very 90s and
Go for the peace one, dude. Go. That's very
Yeah.
Japanese. Go for
Yeah.
the peace one.
All right, just undo.
Yeah.
I like the
think.
salute too, though. I mean, either one would work.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. That is really good piece you got going on there, Cassidy. As is McCrank's. McCrank says he's not an artist, everyone. How do you like what you're doing today, McCrank? How do you feel?
You know, right now I'm polishing a dog turd.
Is it good? Do you like what you're doing? Is it a nice piece of work today?
That's what I'm saying. I'm polishing a dog turd.
Okay, so he's saying he's polishing a dog turd. Yes, I always get a kick out of how McCrank hates his own art. I think it looks
here's
pretty
the
good,
thing,
dude.
right? We're all our worst critics. When I draw art, I look and I go, "Oh yeah, I wish I was better." Right?
Yeah.
When I look at McCrank's art here, well, first of all, I can tell you one thing: he's 10 times better than I am, maybe 100. I think that this is a great piece of art, and I love the skirt. I mean, I can't draw a skirt like that. I've tried to draw skirts, and I'm horrible at drawing skirts.
That is a really good skirt. You're right. Yeah. No, actually, no. We've had McCrank here on since nearly the beginning of this show, and we have seen McCrank. His abilities have grown incredibly. He's getting better and better every time he comes on. Another person who's really improved a lot is Adrian. Both of those guys are really starting to put some really cool stuff out, and I've been praising McCrank for many shows now, and he doesn't like it. But I think it's great, man. I think he's doing a good job.
And I value this thing called being honest. You know.
Oh.
All right,
you know what it is? You know what it is with McCrank? He's like one of those 16-year-old bloody girls that are like, "Oh my god, you guys, I'm like so ugly," and so like all of boys jumping up like, "No, babe, you're hot. You're so hot.
No,
you're so
it's
hot."
no.
That's what
You do that
McCrank's.
really well.
That's what McCrank's
No.
doing. He's fishing
No.
for compliments.
No,
so we go,
it's
"No,
not,
McCrank, drugs hot. You're
It's
so
not.
hot, bro.
It's not a compliment.
You gotta,
Bait.
It's hot."
you gotta tell those girls that they are ugly.
Yeah, you do when they
exactly.
are.
I
Though.
wonder,
You gotta,
why
you
did
know,
you call me ugly?
because you are.
Oh my god,
He said it
Okay.
first.
Mhm.
Jim! I swear to God, that thing keeps vibrating.
It's
Oh,
not
yeah, who's
Jim.
that?
It's McCrank, dude. It's McCrank.
McCrank.
It's actually.
McCrank!
It's
No,
not Jim.
it's not. It's not me.
Okay, it's somebody is
Whoever's phone's
beeping.
going off, I'm going to punch their face. I am. Oh,
John
I'm having a panic attack.
John Dillard. All right,
Booster, calm down.
drawing. I'm out of here. Don't touch my stuff when I'm gone.
All right, bye, John. I hope he did drop something into the draw along, dude. Once again,
He did,
hashtag
and you know what he
DNQFE.
did?
No, dude,
He
I don't.
used another one of his pieces of art as a reference and just drew something else over it.
Oh, Jesus,
He's
John.
a cheater.
He is a cheater. Junkyard Dunn says, "Not my wife. Like I'm working with a porcelain doll or something." We're back to how the girls like grabbing their hair and pounding them. I get it. Okay. Jimmy Cricket says, "Captain D-Bag doesn't support freedom of thought and had your video copyright struck." Yeah, that's right. Who's Captain D-Bag?
Jimmy's
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I guess he's talking about Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris Evans. Yeah. Captain America. I get it. Yeah, I don't think he had anything to do with it at all. It's Netflix. It was probably automatic. I'm sure. But the thing that's funny for me is I don't know why they do that, because basically it's free advertising, and especially with us. I mean, we weren't bagging on it at all. We were like, oh, well, Chris Evans is a pretty good actor. Might be good. I mean, but I don't know why those companies do that, man.
The only theory I got for that is, what if the video blew up and they make money off it, right? This is kind of the thing. They want to get that cash cow, if there was a cash cow.
I guess, I suppose,
Wonder
but
how
it's
they
not going to
might
happen
know.
here, brother. I'm going to tell you that.
They don't know
Ouch.
that though, so they probably just have an algorithm that claims it all, and then
Sure.
if something happens that
Sure.
benefits them, that's great, right?
Yeah, but like I was talking earlier today, the system is so absolutely twisted against you, though, because if there's a little button right there, I can dispute, right? I can dispute it.
Right.
But what they do when you hit that button is they shut your channel down for 30 days while they check it out. So if you complain, they basically just shut you down. And then
Yeah, I've
and of
only ever
course,
disputed once, and I won, so that was good.
I can't believe they don't protect their own bloody content creators. It's
oh, they
ridiculous.
don't. They don't. They don't. Especially, well, if you're the right one, they will. I don't think we're either good or bad from their point of view, but we're certainly not a moneymaker for them. I mean, like I said, I don't even monetize. But we got Obi-Wan reviews in here. He says, "Howdy, howdy, Rising." Well, hello to you, Obi-Wan. Nice to see you. Mortal V, hello. Why do I picture John Dillard sitting on something sticky, ripping his ass hair off, then auctioning the stuck hair to some hipster? Wow.
That's very
Wow.
That's very
specific.
detailed.
Gross.
Yeah.
So it's
Jeez.
almost Godfather working. That chick's
I
on the
mean,
back.
I'm not going to deny it doesn't sound like something John Dillard would do, but you
Right.
know, that's still a very odd thing to say.
It is bizarre. It is bizarre.
Sean,
But
I don't understand.
Oddly specific.
it is
Yeah.
oddly
Do
specific.
you have inside info on John Dillard, Model V? There's something we need to know going on with that man.
Well, maybe inside on Mortal V himself.
This is projection.
Yeah, right. Once again, Brad is boasting, and he's saying, Chester, Dillard could not compete with mine. Oh, okay. All right. But because I know Cat's drawn along, I know Turtle Rabbit is. I know we got Scott for sure is doing it. We got a lot of really good artists, and of course, anybody else who wants to draw along, which I'm assuming Jiminy's doing as well, please do. It's hashtag DNQ. Just go to the FE. Just go to Twitter and put in hashtag DNQFE. Drop your art in there, and we'll take a look at the end of the show. It's a lot of fun, and it's really cool.
And if I get anything off topic
broken
again,
glasses.
You
Say
said
that-
girl,
Yeah.
and I totally wanted to join. I was like, hot girl. I want to draw a hot girl.
Everyone wants to draw a hot girl. We were. I moved over, and Jim is not white boxed. Zero, you were white boxed for a while. I did have a question for you, Zero. What are you planning on doing with her face, dude?
I don't know. Faces are my weakness right now.
Oh, okay. No problem. I'm just curious because you left it blank.
Yeah. I planned on coming back to that at the end.
Oh, okay. Joe Maroney says, "Sorry, not drawing along tonight. Under the weather. Good night." Ah, sorry to hear that, dude. Feel better, man. John Diller says, "Mortal V, I will not give you a refund. Please stop asking."
What is wrong with you people?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. They have some
for
kind of
what?
obsession with pubic hairs or pubic region hairs. I don't know what it is. The next thing I know, they're going to be selling taint something or another.
Just like that bathwater.
Don't give that Yeah, I was gonna say, don't give Belle Delphine any more ideas.
Yeah, that chick. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind her doing it if she's going to make money. If those Twitch thoughts are going to make money off of doing that silly stuff, especially what is available on the internet.
Oh my god.
Good on them, dude. Because it's the idiots spending their money on it that are the problem, not them. I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, actually, you would. And it's so stupid. And you hear, of course, it's not. I'm sure it's not true. But you heard the rumor that people who are buying her bathwater were drinking it for some stupid reason, and they're all getting herpes.
Yeah, all sorts.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's just a
I'm sorry.
rumor, but
Somebody bought somebody's bathwater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Gamer E chick, who's very popular on Instagram and certain circles like that, yeah, she has this Patreon and she is selling her bathwater. So she bottles it up and does little videos of her in the bath, pouring it all over herself in all these kind of sexual poses. And
Can I get a link?
Can I get a link?
No, you can't.
Here's the thing.
Can I get amen, baby?
The bathwater was going for something like $30-40 American a bottle, and it's sold out.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, absolutely.
It's sold out.
Yeah. But the funny,
And I think one of her comments was like, "It's really weird for me to take all these baths."
Oh, goodness
That
gracious.
is
But
that
actually,
is capitalism at its finest.
it is. It is. You're right. But actually, the interesting thing about her is she has been stringing her followers along for quite a while because she keeps promising some kind of nude pics or something like that, and she always does some kind of fake out and never gives it to them. It's funny these Twitch slots in particular because Twitch is supposed to be for all ages, right? Because they want to keep that platform open. Well, they're supposed to be. That's what they want, but it's not, right? And they are of course breaking and violating Twitch rules constantly, but Twitch never touches them because those girls make killer money. And the thing I don't understand is how, how. I mean,
Boys,
a lot of
go to Pornhub.
But when I get my bathwater, I'll let you know.
What?
Cost
Look,
to New Zealand. For
okay.
Make your
If you ever feel tempted to buy, if you ever feel tempted to buy bloody bathwater from some EFOT, go to Pornhub, rub one out, then see if you feel like purchasing anything. Okay? I'm telling you, it depends on where the blood's flowing. If it's in the brain or if it's in your dong. All right?
You think that they're like celebrating No Nut November all year round? You know?
No
Maybe they
Nut
just got a lot of
November.
pent-up
What is that? Please explain. Elaborate.
Nobody masks it's for like the 9th of November. Out of some, I don't know. It's like some kind of awareness thing, but I actually don't know what it's about.
I never followed
'Cause I don't abide.
Who came up with that insanity?
I don't know,
November is a
same
nice,
people.
cool month. It's a perfect month for nutting. What the hell?
All right. Well, you obviously are not the demographic.
I'm not. You better believe I'm not the demographic.
I believe in nutting every month. Personally.
Once a month. Once a month,
You
Booster
gonna
will
make the
nut.
Mo month, Mo Nut November.
No, not November. Yeah, right. Oh, that's so sad. That just makes me sad, Booster. Oh, once a month.
Sorry, man.
It makes everyone sad.
It does.
Yeah.
That's Brad. Did you just draw up a picture of me in the bath, pouring water over myself? Did you just do this? Really? Oh my god, dude.
I would love to see this.
That would be hilarious, dude. You go for it. I approve.
You hear that? Everyone, you fan art, you have approval, boys.
There you go. Meme me to hell, guys. Put me in the bath, pouring water over myself, sexy. And just remember, I am the oily god that looks over the booster. So put some sparkles in it, man. Sparkles. Sparkles sell.
Hi, my name's Chester, and I like to take baths.
That's right. I like bath. You can have my water. That's funny. Mortalby says Booster is just mad because he used to his used soap bar isn't making bank.
I put a lot of investment in it. No one's buying it.
We definitely are
it's a whole-
off topic, man.
Ink,
It's a whole thing.
you've got something going on here, dude.
Yeah. Ink, your white box. I do apologize, Larry. How you doing, man? Are you okay? You're showing some art, so I'm gonna click over to you in a minute, so you can show it. I do apologize for how we diverted into sexual deviancy, but it happens.
No,
That's what happens over
conversations I've been part of plenty of times before. Don't worry about that.
My man.
But I love what Ink's doing here. I love the whole action and the everything whipping up behind her, and then you kind of got like the closer up shot, on the top. That looks really really cool.
It is cool. I was showing Ink, but I came over because you're showing some art. So are you going to show some more? Or you want me to jump back over to Ink?
Oh, this is just a piece by Paul Green. This is how I kind of met him. I had him commission me a piece, and this was the first one he sent. And so when he sent this over to me, which is hanging on my wall right now, I immediately knew I had to get this guy to do a cover.
That's beautiful. The leg position is really nice.
I wonder how long it took him to do that.
Took him a while.
It's a nice piece, though, dude.
He sent me like three. Like he tried this for a couple of months, and he sent me like 3 different sort of poses and stuff he could do, and he was never really happy with what he was doing. So finally, he sent this. But then he, the nice guy that he was, he sent me the other ones for free anyway. And I'll show you the other one that he worked on. He said, "Here, I'm just going to give this to you." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." So this is the one that he just kind of popped me over for free.
Oh, nice, dude. Look at that. 30-minute warning, by the way, guys. 30 minutes, dude. That is killer, dude. Look at that.
That is great. That's great stuff.
That is a really good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's just the body position. That is nice, dude. Who's this person again?
His name is Paul Green. He's a I want to say well-known name in the industry, but maybe some people don't know him. He does a lot of work for Zenoscope, Grim Fairy Tales, Brian Pleto's Lady Death, and stuff like that. Like,
Well,
he's
dude,
known for sexy covers.
tell him to get over here. Seriously.
I would love to. Communicating with him is a little rough. I never talked to him on video or on the phone. It's always been strictly through Facebook and email. He lives over in England. He's a little bit of an older fella.
It's okay.
When he did the NYOBI cover, he was actually in the hospital for a kidney infection. So he had some issues happening. So my cover was delayed a bit, but he banged it out. And then Ula Moss, who does all his color work, took it over and nailed it.
It's with all our artists dying. What's going on with this?
Yeah, that is beautiful, dude. I'm going to jump back over to Ink Spots now, but that is a killer piece. And no, I'm serious, dude. See if he'll come over here. And it doesn't matter if he's an older fellow. I'm an older fellow. So there you go.
Yeah, me too. I'm 44, so.
Oh, wow. Just a babe you are. Don't.
You're
okay.
Yeah. Now you make me feel young.
Yes.
I just turned 50.
You just turned 50.
I did.
Oh, wow. Very nice. But everyone here knows that I'm 184. So, catch up.
Well, that's out of the bag.
Hey, Chester, you're only 1 year older than me. Don't make me 183.
Yeah, I'm 49. I just had a birthday a little while ago, actually, last month. But Ink, dude, I really like what you're doing. I hope you can get this inked in, man. That background area you're working on now, because that's cool what you got going on, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah, it is. 30 minutes, man. I did see. I want to read this chat. This is cool from Pencil for Life. He says, Chester, no, I did not. I don't want to break my glasses again. That was drawing me in the bathwater. Sexy Chester. Yeah.
I hear there's a market for it.
Oh my!
There probably is, dude. There is some strange kink. Booster explains to me all kind of weird stuff that's on the internet. I didn't know. Booster,
I do. I'm disgusting.
You are. You told me about this thing called Grinder, and I was like, "Wow, that's weird."
No, it's just something I heard of from a friend.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Chester. A friend, Chester. A friend. Take that with a grain of salt.
Exactly. John Dillon wants to know what the prize is you will receive for winning the draw along. Him and Brad are bouncing back and forth.
You get a smooch and a little pat on the bottom.
Yeah, that's from. You can find him on Grinder. It's called Kiwi Gold.
Ew.
Yeah. A friend of mine.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. He's this guy I know. He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
I don't judge him. I don't
You
think
don't
anyone
judge
should judge him. I think he's alone and needs someone to hold him.
Is that what he needs? It's funny. I am, of course, half joking, but Booster did teach me where Grinder was. I'd never heard of it before, and I was like, really? That's what the world has come to. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Oh my God, dudes! I'm cheating, but I log into my Twitter and I'm starting to see people's drawings. And I gotta tell you something. I'm in love with the Shinobi Raccoon drawing.
Yeah, Shinobi's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm like, this is so fun. This is so awesome. I'm gonna post this, retweet this right now.
I wish I had cool art to draw.
Mortal V says, I mean, I could grab Chester's face from his stream when visiting Mike at a Japanese Comic-Con, then shop it on to that girl. But do I actually really want to? Yes, you do. You absolutely want to. I'd love to see that. That'd
I
be
think it's so
hilarious.
cool that you live in Japan, and like, God, I would have so many questions for you because obviously NYOBI's half Japanese, and I want to make sure that I get some stuff right. I mean, I could do all the research in the world, but I mean, you actually live there, So
I do.
Yeah, I'd like to pick your brain some night, brother.
Anytime, dude. I'd love to. And it is interesting. I do see a lot of people do the anime-esque thing, and they're very rarely accurate in the use of words they use. But I don't know if that's actually a problem. because America has created its own Japaneseisms. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And I don't think that's
Yeah.
a bad thing.
The way I write NYOBI is I pretty much have her Americanized, but I try and throw in some stuff that that kind of distinguishes her as having Japanese heritage and whatnot.
Sure.
But that's just because I'm a little bit scared of misrepresenting. Like if I'm going to make some references, I want to make sure that that's legit.
Hey, dude, just ask away. I'm happy to help, dude. No problem.
What are the comic conventions like? In Japan, have you been to them?
I have. Yeah. I've been to the Tokyo Comic Con itself, which of course Moral V was just referencing, but that was a very Western style. I've taken my daughter, of course, well, my son came along too, but it was mainly for her. I've taken my daughter to manga conventions because she's a big manga fan, and they're very Japanese. It's low key. There's not a lot of energy. As far as that goes, occasionally you get some weirdo on a stage doing something very weird, but that's Japan. But
Right.
mainly what they do is they sell a lot of manga. That's what they do. And the thing that shocked me about Tokyo Comic Con, I couldn't buy a damn comic book anywhere. I could buy
Really?
plenty of those stupid bobblehead things. What do you call those stupid things?
Funko Pops.
Oh, the Funko Pops. Yeah, that Funko Pop. My wife was like, "What the hell is that?" I don't know, baby. But it's yeah, you can buy any comics. It's a freaking comic convention. There was no comic books. What the hell? But manga, there's
Okay, I'm done.
table after table after table of them.
You
Just
mean
for Chester
Western
right
style
here.
comics? Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
Oh, yeah, let
Yeah.
me come back. Let me white box you.
Is that
Dude,
custom?
you got that made. That is cool. How did you get that done?
This is done by a guy named Edgar Castro on Facebook, and he specializes in handcrafting Funkos. And typically he does like stuff that already exists, just modifies them and whatnot. So, but I contacted him and said, "Dude, I have a character. I think it'd be a blast if you made a Funko." $60 later, in a month or two, boom.
That's
pretty cool.
That is really cool, actually. Um, uh, I was kind of knocking on the commercialism, but having your own character be done like that's kind of cool, actually. And there are a few people in the community as well that can do similar type of miniature stuff for you. George Gatzis, who is always on our comics news show, he does really good 3D modeling. And of course, we have Model 3, who is very, very good at that kind of stuff. So there's access if you want that kind of stuff. And of course, he just mentioned another person who does the Funko Pop. What's his name again? Give a shout out again.
Oh, that was Edgar Castro.
Edgar Castro, sweet.
Yeah,
And of
you have
course,
to see him on Facebook, but just look for the guy with Funko Pops in his profile, and I'm sure that would be him.
okay, I'm going to have to give a warning out to the chat. I am showing El Rodimus, and he is doing his third piece today, and Ezra has made an appearance.
Oh. It's happening, boys.
Well, I got
beep beep.
First for NYOBI.
Oh my
this
god!
is the first gender bent NYOBI I've seen anyone do.
And it's a royalty too. It's an Ezra one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, and El Rodimus, dude, that is awesome.
So speaking of Ezra's, mine's finished.
Is it? Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, are you ready?
Am I? Are we ready, guys? Are we really
You're
really
not
ready?
This is my masterpiece.
All right, here we go. I'm white boxing. Go ahead.
I've matched quite a few things today.
Uh-oh.
Particularly something from a trailer we watched today. So
we did watch a trailer today for Cats. He made me watch it, and I hate him for it. The Cats movie is coming, and it's disturbing. I'd suggest you not watch the video, which means everyone's going to go watch it. But what's new, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I grew up on Tom Jones, man. My dad listened to Tom Jones till the records wore out.
Tom Jones is awesome, dude. But this is not as disturbing as usual, actually, Booster.
You don't think so, huh?
Well, I think it's because you don't have some bulge showing somewhere. I think that's probably why.
I could add something around here for you if you like, just a little.
No, no.
PG-13 Booster. Come on.
No, John, you're absolutely right. Model 3 is next level good. Yes, he is. And if you guys want any actual really cool models made for your various projects, you should contact Model 3 because he's badass. But
I'm gonna have to do that because I want a NYOBI statue, right? Like a 3D printed statue. because I love collecting statues, and God, I gotta find someone that can do that.
Yeah, they think you need more fur, Booster. You got to keep working on it. I'm going back over here to El Rodimus for a little bit before I go to Cassidy. God, El Rodimus. But no, seriously,
How
Larry.
hard it is to do fur on bloody paint.
Yeah, right. But seriously, Larry, if you want a statue, you should talk to Model 3, dude. And we can get you in contact with him easy. He's really, really, really good, dude.
Oh, dude, I love these statues, especially these anime-looking ones.
Yeah, let me come over here real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that kind of stuff. Model can do that kind of stuff pretty easy. You know what he's really good at? Because I've seen Model do his work because he's got a project coming out, that we're really hoping that he has success with it. But you know what he does is he's because he's really good with all those programs. He'll take your piece of art, you give him whatever art you want, right? You pick one, and he puts it. He digitally puts it in the background, and then he 3D molds it off of it in front of it. It's really cool to watch what he does. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, Cat is chiming in as well. Model 3 stuff is awesome. Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, I will getting you in contact with him, man. You should check it out with him. He's really good. I'm coming over here coming over to Cassidy. Damn, Cassidy.
Oh, you don't see it.
No, yeah, you coming in swinging today, Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm
I know
still losing.
right?
I don't know about that, dude. That's a nice piece you got.
Yeah.
Sick of losing.
Sick of losing.
That's why you ain't hearing people out of me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my drawing do the talking. Sick of this.
You and me both, Cassidy.
Yeah, man. Oh, you're sick of me losing? I appreciate that.
There you go. There you go. It's a nice piece, though. And you know what actually is another vibe that's coming off? You were talking about Bubblegum Crisis, and I see that 100%. But there's another comic, manga they have over here. I think it's an anime as well. I can't, what it's called? Dirty 2 or Dirty Pair?
Dirty
Maybe
Pair.
the English
It's called
translation?
Dirty Pair.
Yeah.
Not Dirty Pair. Sick. I love that.
Yeah, I remember Dirty Pair. Absolutely. I used to collect a lot of like Ben Dunn comics, like Ninja High School.
It is Jim.
Gold Digger, you know.
Yeah. I know.
Like kind of like black and white manga, Americanized from Antarctic Press.
Oh, what is that? What's that called?
Well, it's Ninja High School was the big one I used to be into, and
I
Gold
see.
Digger.
Yeah.
Gold Digger, I know that one.
Are you all hearing this? All right,
Yes,
is it just me going crazy?
No, I hear it.
Oh, no. Goodness gracious.
I'm like,
now, guys,
what's
we
that?
are sitting at about, I don't know, 21 minutes, I guess, 22 minutes,
20 minutes.
we have left. So it's getting down there. It's getting tight.
That's fine. I got time.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, beautiful shading done by McCrank here.
I'm going to come over to McCrank in a minute here. I'll leave it on Cassie a little bit longer. But do keep in mind, if you guys are drawing along, please drop that on the hashtag DNQFE. We're definitely looking forward to see what's being thrown in there. And I know there's some heavyweights over here that are already claiming victory. So we're going to have to take a look and see what it is.
Just going to do my best. Shoot. Just hope they vote for me.
There you go.
Oh wow, Jason Gonzalez has dropped a really nice one in the Twitter too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sweet. And hopefully there's a Jiminy is in there as well. I hope he drew along. Brad, who definitely has one in the hashtag DNQFE draw along, he says, do your bobs hang low? Do they wobble to and throw? Then vote for McCrank. All right, well there you go. You get a little bit of support, and I'm going to jump over to McCrank right now. It is a nice piece, McCrank. I like it a lot, actually. It's simple, but yet it's cool. It's a good piece, man.
It's really not.
It is. Stop it. Stop it.
dude, you gotta. Dude, seriously. Like,
Brad Ashford.
you gotta learn art. Then you can see that it's.
Come on, computer.
Well, we'll see what comes down to the vote. I think it's nice. Jimmy Cricket says, "Devilish border. Never trust the devil's word." This is true. This is true. I talk about Adam Warren. Dirty pair is the worst dirty pair, lol. Robert Turtle says, it's not hard to mute your phone. Good grief. Whoever's beeping. It's probably Booster, actually.
Whoever mentioned Adam Warren, by the way, you have my respect.
Oh, there you go. You mentioned that devilish boredom. You have Cassidy's respect. There you go. John Dillard says, Chester, Chester, the John Dillard method of drawing smut to win really only works if you can actually draw well to begin with. Cassidy's got skills. Well, you're getting some love there from John, and everyone else is getting hate. So take it, I guess.
What? I'm getting hate? Man,
and John is throwing the shade.
Oh, well. What can you do?
And what can you do?
Eric's is really shaping up nice too.
He said Cassidy got the skills. I think it was.
I think he
pure
likes
love.
you. He was picking on everybody else. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's making me look bad.
Yeah. But this is a really good Priest McCrank. I'm going to move down a little quicker now. I'm going over to Zero. And Zero has made his decision on the face, and he's got the teleportation and the hand blasting going on. Sweet, dude. Getting that nice inking in there, nice and heavy. Sweet.
She's coming out ready for a fight, man.
She is, dude. Kat says, good job, McCrank. Right. Kat, did you get your piece done? Did you put it up in the hashtag yet? John Dillard says, what is this? McCrank's piece is mediocre at best. Cassidy is the clear winner. Well, thanks, John.
Thanks. Why you bully?
Well, he actually used the word mediocre for McCrank. That's high praise from John Dillard, actually.
Oh, I see.
Because he usually says, you suck,
Why is he such a bully, man?
A lot of Ezra's.
And here I thought he had good taste.
Oh, hold on a second here. Brad from Pensive Life says, if McCrank wins, we set him up on a date with Kat. All right, Kat, thank you for volunteering yourself for dating. Of course, you're going to have to travel from your Canada land of wildernesses and ice over to the Norway land of wildernesses and ice. So it's a match made in heaven. Oh, my God.
God, I wish it was wilderness and ice. Right now, it's hot as hell, man.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, in Eastern.
Miserable.
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, God, how many bloody Canadians are there?
It's too many.
Kat
said, I started an hour late, so I'm still inking. But she doesn't deny the fact that she has offered McCrank a date if he wins. So good on you, Kat. Good for you.
That is so nice.
That is so nice. Jim, you are being white boxed again. Ooh, Jim's got the ruler out. He ain't playing.
Yeah. No.
Uh-oh.
It's a nice piece, Jim.
I love it.
Yeah. Of course, Jim never plays around. He's always serious. And he beeps.
Oh man.
Love you, Booster.
I'm sorry for yelling, Jim, but you're making my heart skyrocket. Bloody pop.
Booster is a sensitive boy. I understand that. Kat says something I'm not sure exactly how to respond to.
Boy.
I'm going to need a little help from my friends here. Kat says probably won't finish on time. How should I respond to that, Booster? Kat says she probably won't finish on time.
Loser.
Giggity.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Thank you very much. John Dale says, I think Kat is a man now. I heard he was dating Pope Fire. What?
Wow.
Awesome. I ship this.
What? You taught me what that meant, too. And I'm like, God, what the hell's wrong with you people? John, she says, John, many things have happened since we last spoke.
Whew.
Kat has got a great sense of humor. I love it. Cassidy dropped out. I hope he comes back. Might have been having some trouble. But it's really nice, Jim. I'm moving over here to Eric. Ink spots. Ink spots.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that ink, dude, up in the top. I really like what you got going on here, dude.
Yeah, I love the whole flow of it.
Yeah, you got 13 minutes, though, dude. You got to get on it.
I like the music notes that he threw down in the background as well.
So do I. It's a good piece, Ink.
Chester.
Yeah.
Our last bloody stream has been copywritten again. NBC Universal this time.
We're getting noticed. I'm so happy.
For freaking cats, Chester.
That is your fault, bastard.
That
you
Cats
did that to
trailer
us.
is cursed in so many ways.
That is funny.
They're going to go after cats big time because if you look at Twitter, it's like nothing but people making fun of it.
Yeah.
Dude, it is a
So they're going to go
nightmare.
after it hardcore anybody who mentions it.
Wow,
It
that's
was
stupid though.
terrifying to look at.
It was
Oh,
terrifying
it's
to look at.
horrible. It's like it was. I saw the It trailer and I saw that, and Cats was much scarier.
It was. The It trailer wasn't that bad at all. I actually did 3 trailers today. 3. I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed. I want 3 copyright strikes, baby. I want it.
But you're a Scientologist, so Top Gun shouldn't do it, right?
What? Who said I was a Scientologist? Goodness gracious.
I might be spreading rumors.
I'm helping you out here.
Are you? Okay, well, thank you very much, Rodimus. But actually, to be fair, the Top Gun
They'll
trailer.
keep Uncle Tom from coming after you.
Oh, okay. We don't want anything from that. So yes, I'm a Scientologist, Mr. Tom. Please don't hurt me. But actually, that new Top Gun trailer is really good. Actually, that's a good trailer, dude. It looks clean.
Oh, look good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And I hate Top Gun, and I'm like, I want to see that. So it did its job.
Now I'm showing Eric's here, and man, Eric, you knocked this out of the park, dude. That is a really good piece. Yeah, what you did is you captured the Japanese face really well. A lot of people kind of go with the Japanese anime, which is not a very Japanese face actually, because the Japanese are always using Western faces for their anime. But that's a very Japanese face you got. That's nice.
Yeah, it looks very.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that just because you put my icon as a belly ring. Not at all.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I don't expect that.
Yeah.
The little things that matter, Chester. Come on.
It is.
Hey, Chester,
things.
we need to talk about something.
Yeah.
Your breakdancing history.
Yeah.
This is very important.
Yeah. No, I was a kid of the 70s and 80s, of course. When I was in junior high school and high school, hip hop came out for the very first time. It was a new thing. It was very different than hip hop and rap these days because it's all so hateful and anger filled and arrogant, really self-centered. But back in those days, rap was fun. They were talking about dancing and parties and hamburgers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Break dancing.
Well, I remember Run DMC and the Fat Boys.
Sure,
and stuff
that's
like
right. That's right. Yeah. I remember the Bird. That was a really big one, and Birdland.
I remember is Jack Fresh Prince. That's all I got.
Fresh Prince, MC Hammer, but it was a lot of fun, right? And of course, the hip hop breakdancing was a big thing. So of course, I was part of a breakdancing crew. I could pop, I could lock, I could do windmill, I could do caterpillar, I could do all that stuff.
You do the Booker T spinneroonie?
Or could you slap it, flip it, rub it down?
Yeah, no. The windmill thing. Yeah, no, I could. Yeah.
Can you still bust it out now? If someone said,
"Oh God, no, dude. God, no." That was like an eternity ago. But we actually used to go down to Showbiz Pizza because Showbiz Pizza was right on it, and they would have these break-offs where you go down and have teams challenge each other, and they'd vote for the win. They get like free pizza coupons and stuff like that. We used to go down all the time. So yes, Chester used to be a breakdancer. Deal with it.
It's just surprising because I know you like heavy metal.
Yeah, no, I found heavy metal slightly after that. I was like a middle school kid when the hip hop hit when it first came out, and that was everything. Of course, that we also had for the first time ever we saw on TV this dude named Michael Jackson came out and he did this thing called the moonwalk, and everybody was starting to copy it.
Oh yeah,
right.
Everyone was getting the red jacket, and everyone wanted to wear
the
one glove.
That's right. That's right. But then I found heavy metal, and I think in 1982, it's the first time I heard heavy metal, and my older cousin took me to go see the Blizzard of Oz with Ozzy Osbourne.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm a huge 80s metal fan myself. The first concert I ever seen was Metallica in 88, I want to say, for Justice for All.
Oh, that was a great tour, dude. That was a
And
great
so
tour.
at 14 years old, I mean, I was into heavy metal a little bit before that, but that was my first concert. I mean, I was buying records like, I had like Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, and Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, and Kiss, Lick It Up, and stuff like that on vinyl.
Sure.
And then cassettes, were a big thing. And then, so yeah, Metallica was a big hit for me. Pantera, AC/DC, Megadeth, you run down the line, Slayer. Iron Maiden is like probably one of my top favorite bands of all time, and one of the bucket list bands I've still yet to see in concert.
Run to the hills, run for your life. Yeah, baby. But my best memory of the Justice for All tour was actually not Metallica. It was the opening act, Queensryche. They absolutely slayed that, dude. That was a great tour, man.
Yeah, I had no idea who Queensryche was at the time, but that's the great thing about being an opening act for someone like Metallica is you get acquainted with them really fast,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Alice Cooper I saw in concert. That was a good one. Aerosmith, AC/DC, the Rolling Stones. That was a big one. I love concerts, man. I love going to shows.
You know what?
We don't get a lot in my neck of the woods, though.
Oh, well, I'm living up in.
I saw was Flogging Molly in Portland.
Oh, I do apologize, Portland. But I lived up in Boston. So. Yeah.
My folks are in Boston.
It's like an 8-hour drive from here.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I'm right above the state of Maine. That's kind of where I'm located.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, you're part of New England then, because those bastards to the west of us, that damn, what do they call that? Quebec. Oh God. So everything east of Quebec is New England. That's how we look at it.
All right. Well, then I'm definitely in New England. Yeah, I mean, Quebec is just a place I kind of travel to. Montreal, I've been to places. Ontario, though, I have a lot of relatives, and then further southwest, I think I've been out to was Calgary. I love going to the Calgary Fan Expo. That's where I met McFarlane and Stan.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Well, what was really cool was just how cool McFarlane was. Like very personal. You felt like that. When you had time with him, it was your time. And I got to give Todd, a copy of NYOBI #1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So handing the president of Image Comics your comic book was a big thing to me. And he said to me, maybe someday you'll be sitting up here in a chair like this and someone will hand you a comic book. I was like, whoa, it blew my mind, right? So he was a really cool guy.
Yeah, that's cool to hear, dude. That is.
Look at the streamers. They're so cool.
Yeah. Well,
they're cool.
Well, when I actually, because I lived in the tri-state area, we got every concert that came through America went through us, so I got to see tons of stuff. I was really lucky. You know who my favorite heavy metal band is? This might, I don't know, I'll probably bring some dislikes here in the chat, but my favorite heavy metal band of all time, Manowar.
Manowar, yeah. Manowar pretty underrated. A lot of people that would be into Iron Maiden and stuff like that would be into something like Manowar.
Yeah.
Manowar was a band I never really got into, but some of my more hardcore friends loved them.
Oh, I loved it, man. A good German band, dude. Those guys kill it, and they're still going. They're still going hard today.
Yeah, European metal really popular. Dream Theater
band in high school
comes to mind.
Yeah. I was actually gonna mention a European band. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know Mercenary?
Say that again.
Man, they used to be so good. I don't know what happened to them.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Mercenary.
No, I don't know that one.
Yeah. I love their song Soul Decision. It's such a good one to me.
Are they a European band or an American one?
I used to work out to that. European.
European, yeah. They got a lot of good heavy metal.
They don't sound the same anymore, so.
Show I was at was Chris Jericho and Fozzy, and I ended up getting this CD signed. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool, dude.
Probably the only CD I own now,
Really? Yeah. There's no need for them anymore. Slayer, Bill says. Yeah, that was good. That was a good band as well.
Slayer twice. They actually stopped the show halfway through because the people were getting too rowdy. Imagine that, right? Slayer said, "You guys are getting too rowdy," but they did. Until people calmed down, stopped crushing the gate.
Well, when I got a little bit older and I was doing the Eastern Circuit with the Machine or Two Step or whatever band I was playing with, particularly Machine, they were a pretty popular band. I actually got to meet and play with a bunch of those kind of hardish rock bands, and not heavy metal, but Extreme, Mr.
Mhm.
Big,
Neat, yeah.
Tesla,
Really.
the Crows, the Black Crows, things like that. So.
Striper?
No, but I like Striper. Hey, man, people joke on Striper. That's a solid band, though, dude.
Yeah, you're the only person I've known that's really liked them. I had most of their cassette tapes.
Matthew Sweet was great, man.
They were a great band, dude. That was a really solid heavy metal band, actually.
Matthew Sweet had like the most beautiful woman's voice ever of metal.
God.
Oh, true, very true.
But actually, speaking of Striper, one of the things that came out with that glam rock of the '80s was the twin lead guitars, right? They do those dual lead solos and stuff. Was really popular thing came out with glam rock, and I challenge any of you to find a band that did the dual lead solos better than Striper. Seriously, those guys absolutely killed it.
Meep, meep. That's the theme of this.
It is. We are the Meep Meep stream today, and we have been copyright struck today. Isn't that awesome? Heavy metal killer bumblebees. Yes. Nuno did a great version of Flight of the Bumblebees on his guitar, actually. He was absolute killer. We sitting at literally a minute, guys. So if you have any last bit of ink you want to throw on a page, get it done.
Man, it flew by. It feels like we've been here for 20 minutes to me.
Well, it is my job to keep the air full of noise and beeps.
And beeps.
It is interesting with YouTube Lives. It is very much radio.
I would agree with that. And you have a radio voice, obviously.
I'll just add details.
Oh, do I?
Absolutely. It's one of the things I have, when your name comes up is that guy has a professional sounding voice for radio, like period.
Oh, well, so maybe I'm in the wrong business. Of course, everyone else usually just says, Chester, go to hell, Chester. That's what I get. So,
Hey, Chester, go to hell.
Thank you.
Chester.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to say it correctly.
I feel loved now. All right, guys, here we go. Countdown time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Racers down, pencils down. Stop it. Knock it off. Quit it. Yeah, no. I think someone's got a beeper button and they're just pressing it intentionally. Booster, I think.
Gems do it on purpose.
Yeah. He's trolling us. But anyway, guys,
he's trying to hurt my feelings.
I would never.
I'm getting angry.
Oh.
I would never, Booster. Never.
He would never. But all right, guys, we are at the end here. And we're going to do is a couple things. We're going to go ahead and show each person's piece of art very clearly so you can see it. And then after we're done with that, Booster is going to drop that straw poll. And you guys are going to get over there and vote for that, please. Thank you very much. And then after that, while you are voting, we are going to take a look at the hashtag DNQFE. Once again, if you have not dropped it on the Twitter yet, go to hashtag DNQFE and let us see your draw alongs because it's always an exciting part of the show. But I'm going to go ahead and go down. And as I do it, as I show each piece of art, Larry, why don't you give us your narrative or your opinion as I do so? So I'm going to start here with McCrank. Go ahead, dude.
Well, McCrank, man, simple pose, but look at the shading, right? Beautiful boot and nice shine. I love the hand on the hip. Love the skirt, like I pointed out before. I can't draw a skirt like that. I've tried a million times. It's a very nice piece, and the shading that he did here really added to it and gave it depth.
Yeah, I agree. It's a killer piece.
Fantastic.
Yeah, if you guys like what McCrank has done, vote for him in that straw poll. Next, we're coming over here to Zero.
Zero's got the spirit of NYOBI right here. I mean, when I would draw NYOBI myself, I would often kind of do this sort of drawing where she'd be, coming halfway out of the portal. You know what I mean? And he's got the energy blast thrown in there. Yeah, man.
Sweet. All right, guys. If you like what Zero has done, and we really appreciate you coming in and joining us, Zero. We to fill in the seat. It's nice. If you like what Zero has done, definitely get in there and vote for him. Moving down, this is Jim.
Well, Jim here has drawn a comic book cover. this is phenomenal. I really like this piece, Jim, and
Thank you.
I want to make an offer to either you or Cassidy, and I'm still trying to figure it out who would want to maybe do a print on the NYOBI next NYOBI crowdfunding campaign, because this dude is something else, man. I really love this piece.
Oh, Jim is a great artist.
It's yours. You want it? It's yours.
There you go.
Oh, bro, I'm floored. I'm floored, dude.
It is beautiful.
Just like PM me and I'll get it to you.
Man, again, I'm floored. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Glad
That's
to help
awesome.
out.
All right, guys, if you like what Jim has done here, definitely vote for him on the straw poll, yeah? Let's move down the line. We got Ink Spots in here. Thank you for taking that seat today, dude. We appreciate it. I love what you did here, man. This is badass. What do you think, Larry?
Again, like I said, I love the flow of this. I love the whole circular motion going around her. I love the fact that there's lots of action. The hair is flowing, the skirt is flowing. She's having a great time, and I love that he kind of took the piece and threw that close-up shot on top. This could make a great print,
Yes, it could. Yeah, and I love what he's done with the hair connecting from the top to bottom as well. That kind of void he's created in the middle. It's a good piece, dude, Ink. It really is. And it's been a while since we had you. No, I wish you'd come on more often, dude. It's really nice. If you like what Ink has done, guys, vote for him in that straw poll, please. Moving down here, we have Eric Hawkins.
So Eric Hawkins has got this kind of sexy, man. NYOBI is she's being a little bit playful here with the lollipop, and like you pointed out, he did the face and the eyes a little bit differently than what we normally see. Like you said, he gave her that more of an authentic Japanese look, and I completely agree with that. Plus, she has the Chester Busby symbol on her belly button.
That's right.
But the shape is great here too, and I love the ponytail. A lot of people will draw her with the pigtails. You got the ponytail here, man, and I think it's a great look for her.
I think it is too. And of course, we know
Plus,
that.
look at that ass. Look at that ass.
It is a
Right?
nice ass. It is. But and of course, we all know that the Chester Busby logo is synonymous with sexy. Yeah.
It screams.
Something like that.
It screams sexy. But I would ask Booster to put some sound effects to that, but I think it would be disturbing. But if you guys like what Eric Hawkins here has done, definitely vote for him in the straw poll. Moving down here to Rodimus, who has a triptych for us.
Yeah, so man, talk about a guy who can speed draw and make it all look awesome. So that first one was great. The second one I really, really love. You know what I mean? Yeah, this one here, that's great, brother.
Yeah, the second one's my favorite.
Awesome. Yeah. I gotta say, out of his three, that's my favorite too. And I'm gonna have to incorporate a move like that. But this one here,
yeah. Don't you?
This takes the cake.
Don't you?
I appreciate the booster on it. I appreciate the kiwi.
Yeah, it's like Booster Kiwi cosplaying as NYOBI, and I think he'd be ready to go to a convention like that.
Absolutely.
Well,
you know what?
not.
I need to commission someone to do Ezra Miller as Booster Gold. I think that needs to happen.
Yeah, I think you do. But just so you know, Larry, because you probably don't know him really well, that it would be Booster cosplaying as Ezra Miller if he was shorter, fatter, and balder. Just
okay.
Don't say that.
You don't actually saw Booster. He's not that ugly.
I know. I'm just picking on him, of course. He's also not gay at all, actually. But that's the running joke. But
I'm like super straight, you guys.
Super straight. Mr. Hetero. But anyway, if you guys like what El Rodimus is doing, definitely vote for him in that straw poll. And last but most certainly not least, if you could turn that straight for us, please, I would appreciate that, Cassidy. This is Cassidy's piece. Larry.
Oh
man, you know what? I'm clicking on Cassidy, but it won't come up. Cassidy's icon is the only thing that comes up. I can see it in the little box.
Oh, really?
But I can't see it.
That's how it is on mine too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll just have to wait for it to pop up on the YouTube.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's working for me. So let me. Yeah, it is working for me. He does have it in a weird position, but Cassidy has been having trouble. He's dropped out a couple times.
Let me tell you something. It's really hard for me to pick a winner here because I love them all. But this one here, the anime vibe.
Yeah.
This is the first time, like I said, anyone's ever done her in this kind of style, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
I would really like to see this as a finished piece. This is fantastic, brother.
Yeah, it is. It's really good, Cassidy. And we're happy to have Cassidy on. It's been a while since we had him.
Really good.
Yeah. Great piece, Cassidy. If you guys like what he's doing, definitely vote for Cassidy on the straw poll. And that is our last bit of art. I'm going to jump through them real quick again. We got McCrank. We got Zero here. We have Jim. We have Ink. Eric. Elrodimus. And Cassidy. All right, guys. So definitely go ahead and drop that straw poll, please, Booster, so we can start the vote.
Just shell. I'll just sort of. Oh, hold. Yep. Whoop.
Yeah, I saw that. Eric is saying Cassidy says his internet isn't working. It's all right. We got a good look at it. We can see what it is, and we were watching it all along. It's a beautiful piece. But Booster, you're not dropping the star poll. Are you having some kind
I'm
of
waiting for the YouTube to catch up, Chester. Oh my god. There's a process. You got to time it correctly. You people don't appreciate me.
Really? The delay has nothing to do with the delay of your drop, does it? It might. It might. I get it.
Because if I drop it in the chat when they've seen everything, the timing betterer.
I see. It's a better timing. Okay, all right, fine.
Betterer.
It's better. But anyway, there is the link, guys. Definitely click on that and vote. We'd appreciate it very much. We do have a smaller crowd in here than we usually do, but that's all right. We want everybody to get in their vote. We appreciate you guys for sure coming in here and seeing this absolutely killer art, man. There's some really good pieces today, as usual. And I'm sure Larry is tickled pink.
Oh, dude, I'm in the straw poll right now. And I'm just watching the votes come in, and this is really interesting to see how this is going.
Yeah. And do keep in mind, guys, the winner actually gets a prize. They're going to be on the Pro Edition next week. And do keep in mind, artists, whoever does win, you need to. Doesn't matter if you win or not. You need to take your art and go back into the Discord and drop it into the after show, into the Dropbox for the archive for Pixel. But for the winner, you need to send a Twitter to me, DM to me, so that I can send it over to Edwin and get it all set up for getting you on the show next week. But other than that, what's going to happen right now is Booster is going to bring up the hashtag DNQFE, and we're going to take a look at what's going on over there, man.
I'm going to do that. Let me just share this. Here we go, over here.
All right.
So I'm starting off with this because this is someone's finished project from last week.
Yeah, this is the off-worlder. Oh my god! Look at that, dude.
Man, look at that. Drawn on loose leaf, looks like straight with a blue pen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's killer, dude.
Yeah, that kicks up.
This is from Mike Barron's Off-Worlder. We covered last week with Ben Henderson. Yeah, Cautionary Comics. Yeah, that's killer, dude.
Eric Scott's, everyone's taking over my hashtag. I don't mind. Oh, well, I always look at Turtle Rabbit Foxes. So here's his from yesterday's Drawn and Quarter for the Ophir and Jim. He did the Psychros.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah. Who won yesterday anyway?
Another Psychro here by Jay. I have no idea. I don't want.
Gary Shipman won.
Gary? Yeah. Now, when Gary wants to win, he wins. It's simply a choice. Who is this?
This is a Scott Schmier.
Hey, Scott. Nice, dude.
Well,
look at that one, dude. Look at that.
That one's
Jason Gonzalez.
This is Jason Gonzalez. Yeah, Jason is good, man.
That's nice.
That is beautiful, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty road right there.
And is the beginning part of Brad's one.
Yeah, Brad did
finished project.
He did it in blue. Awesome. He didn't do it in black ink.
A lovely buttocks.
Yeah, no, he's captured the essence of NYOBI, I think. Yeah.
Very slappable butt.
Yeah.
Quite enjoy that. Here's
what's this?
All right, look. Here's John Dillard's one, right? No. What you? Oh, Matt, look at this. Look at this.
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Dillard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you something. I like it better with the NYOBI look.
Absolute cheat. He just did some random little anime fade. Look at that.
Yeah, it works though. Of course, she doesn't use a sword, but whatever.
I mean, the thing that really works for that is that she is half Japanese with the sword.
Nice.
So this here is just cute as hell.
It
is. This is a very cool one by Shinobi Raccoon.
That's Shinobi. Yeah, now Shinobi kills it. That is a beautiful little piece. And is this character one of yours, or is this us referencing something else?
That's got to be something of his. Yeah. I love it though. I mean, I hardly ever use the word adorable, but that's freaking adorable.
It is. And this is a further progression from Scott Shamir.
From Scott Shamir. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice Scott.
Nice.
Good on you.
Look at this.
Look at that, dude. Who is this?
The Hell Comics.
Oh, it's Howl Comics. It's Alan. Yeah, no.
That's good.
That is badass. That is badass, Alan. Honk. That is a beautiful thing, dude. I love that. Good job, dude.
That's thinking with portals.
Yes, it is.
Hey, here's Adrian.
Hey, see what I mean? Adrian's getting so much better, dude.
Yeah,
I love the boots that he did here, man.
Yeah,
I like that look.
Yeah, those belts are sweet.
Bill at Argos Creation says, "Vote Trump 2020." It's a different type of voting, Bill.
I don't know what this is.
I think it's.
I don't know what is this the thing giving us the finger?
I think it is. I think it is. We deserve it. We deserve it. It's okay. It's
I don't know
deserved.
why that's in my hashtag, but hey.
That's
and
for
here's
Bill.
Turtle Rabbit Fox.
Oh wow,
Turtle
what's this?
Rabbit Fox. Yeah, no, Turtle Rabbit is absolutely awesome. We love his whimsical stuff. It's killer.
He's got Ronnie in there as well. He like threw both characters in there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he's really good, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
And I believe this is Scott Schmear's final piece. Yeah.
Final piece. Yeah. He's got the boots down. He's got the jacket down. He's got the skirt down. Like
nice.
That's a good
and
skirt too.
Yeah.
We love big bobs here. Eric is posting in my hashtag for some reason.
Eric.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to post there.
Oh, I will hurt you.
Who is this?
This is a JYDNQ.
All right. Nice though. I like it.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to say this.
It's okay.
Oh no, an even more finished version of Scotch Schmear's one. And here it is Cat.
There's Cat.
That's cool.
That is cool, dude. Nice piece,
what
Cat.
I think she did a bang up job on the hair there.
Nice.
Yeah.
We need bigger bobs.
She didn't finish it though, but she didn't have. She said she started late. But it's
That's
nice.
just
Cat.
my one request, that you enhance
So
the
did I.
bobs.
Oh goodness.
Started
Mike
late 'cause I
Dalton?
got in late.
Mike Dalton.
Oh, that
Dude.
Hair flowing there, man.
Yeah, that is nice. You know, the cool thing is every week we get more and more people keep throwing these draw-alongs on. It's really cool, dude. I love this. That is a great piece, dude. That's fun.
Your result? Oh, Mike Dalton again.
All right.
I guess it's just so that's that then.
I'm just a sucker
Wow.
for shadows.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
a lot,
me, though.
Yeah.
lots
So-
of nice dark going on there.
Who would we say won the draw-along today then? Who do you think had the best piece here, Larry? We got to leave it up to you, dude.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot like
Yep.
that?
Oh yeah. You're going to make it break everyone else's
Just
heart.
remember, if you answer wrong, I will hate you forever.
There you go.
Well,
No.
funny enough, Cass, I don't think you're going to hear me answer wrong. It was a toss-up, honestly, between Jim here with this like dynamite like cover-esque.
Oh, not in the panel. I'm talking about the draw-along. In the draw-along.
Oh, in the draw-along.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. The draw-along. I have to go back and look at them again, but I really like that simple one. You know, where she's hugging the young girl. The
Shinobi?
really cute one. Yeah.
Come back down to
Yeah.
Shinobi booster.
Oh, you want me to bring it back up? Oh, bloody hell.
But I mean, I would have to look at them again.
Joshua is saying, "Show ours. This is ridiculous, Chester." Well, dude, we showed all of them.
No, I didn't show theirs because
Refresh.
they're trying to troll me and I'm not having it.
Oh, okay. So you have been left out intentionally. Yeah, this is a really good one from Shinobi Raccoon. I agree.
There's just something about that kind of really embodies what she would be about.
Yeah, that is cool, dude.
But show me a couple of the other ones, Booster.
Chester.
Yeah.
Dang
Yeah,
it,
go
Brad
ahead.
Boat Hawkins.
I didn't spell anything. That's Booster. He's in charge of the poll, so yell at him.
Wait, what did I do?
You misspelled something.
Oh, what did I misspell?
Yep. I'm just reading the
Life,
chat.
Booster. You've misspelled life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
Junkyard Dog says that's Niobe hugging
Hey,
Shinobi
Flit,
Raccoon.
you didn't show Flitz. You didn't show Flitz drawing.
It's true, I didn't. I did
Flip
it on
Amaranth.
purpose.
he didn't. Why? Why are you hating
Why?
on people, Booster?
Why? You hating on him?
Because this is my hashtag. I do what I want.
Oh, all right then.
Aw.
There you go. I've been overruled on my own show. It is what it is.
Booster.
Now I gotta vote though. Who am I gonna vote for? Damn it.
Oh, man.
That's a tough one,
Buzz me,
man.
Billy Buck Ray.
Yeah, probably. You kind of controlled me there. All right, fine. I voted. There's really good pieces today. Let's see how it's looking over. Damn, we got 35 votes in here now, and yeah, no, this is exactly as I thought it would be. It's
Really good
really
pieces.
cool, dude. Nice pieces, man. I'll come back to this over in a second when it gets up to 40. But is Booster going to show those people he's leaving out, or is he really actually censoring art?
Oh, I'm absolutely going to censor them.
All right, well, there you go. Sorry, guys.
They deserve it.
Wow. Is it that bad?
Is
Dang.
it really?
Dang, son.
All right.
No, it's not. He's being a jerk. He's
Must be
being a
real.
jerk.
Oh,
I'll
goodness.
fight you, McCrank. I will come over there.
All right. Let me run through the art real quick again. This is McCrank's piece. Here we have Zero. We have Jim. We have Ink. We have Eric. We have Eldoradimus. And we have Cassidy. And we got Shinobi Raccoon. Very nice. But it's not on the straw poll. Nice piece though. All right. Well, let me come over. I think it's probably done. So, Booster, okay. Elrodimus is showing us the bobs. I do love that piece, though, Elrodimus. All right. Let me refresh very quick and see if we're up to 40 votes. We're not, but I think I'm going to have to call it, though. We have most of the people watching have voted, so I'm going to have to call it. So I'm calling it at 36 votes. And everything is exactly where it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out and see how it goes. Now, John Chedester is new, I think. Has 1 vote, and he is tied with Ink Spots is here. 2, I guess. I don't know. Well, Booster, you're not being very friendly. You're supposed to be nice to our guest. What did I tell you?
I don't want to be nice to people.
You should be. And I told you to give cookies out, too. Damn it.
I ate them all.
I know.
Booster will vibrate further.
But nevertheless, you guys each got 1 vote. I think they were cool pieces, though. But we definitely had some really killer pieces in here today, so it's always hard to get the vote. But nevertheless, John and Ink, it's nice to have you guys in here with us and drawing. So everybody, claps for John and Ink. Claps. Absolute claps. All right. Then we have in 5th place, we have Elrodimus Flash draws the best Ezra. I do think he does. And he had some really cool pieces today, too, man. I love the one where she's breast porting. I think that's the way you should call it. Breastportation. You should write that down. Breastportation. But you got 4 votes here, 19% of the vote. Absolutely awesome. Thank you very much, Elrodimus. Claps for the Elrodimus. Claps, claps, claps. All right, and then we have in tied for third place. We have McCrank, and McCrank needs compliments.
Cassidy.
He does not feel pretty. And Eric Hawkins and the Belly Button Busby. Oh, that kind of rhymes.
Oh.
Belly Button Busby have tied for third place.
He may not feel pretty, but he made Niobe look pretty.
He did. He
Yeah.
did. He did
Yeah.
do that. But anyway, congratulations. You guys got to share that silver medal, but really good pieces from you. And once again, McCrank, I know you hate yourself, but I love it, dude.
I don't hate myself.
Okay. I think it's
you just don't get it, and I don't want to explain it.
you don't get it, stupid. You do not understand what you like or don't like. You are wrong. Yeah, no, I think it's a beautiful piece you put out, dude. It's probably one of your best. That is killer, dude. That face is perfect. Anyway, third place, you guys. Thank you very much. That is absolutely awesome. So claps for Eric and McCrank, man. Sweet.
Good job, you guys.
Sharing that bronze medal. Then, of course, we have here in second place with the silver medal, we have Jim O'Reilly's Vibrating is going to make me pop a blood vessel.
Booster. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you
I'm
triggered
sorry,
him,
Booster.
Jim. I think you triggered him. But 8 votes, second place, silver medal. Absolutely awesome, killer piece, Jim. And,
Usually on the thing, he's just simply Jim. This week he got a very special name.
He did, didn't he?
Thank you, Booster.
But anyway,
Thank you.
claps for the Jim, guys. Claps for the Jim.
Yeah, man, totally.
And then in first place with the gold medal, coming on at the last minute and filling a seat, which we absolutely appreciate, we have Cassidy Morgan needs votes because he is sick of losing, baby. And you have won, sir. Congratulations, man. Awesome. Claps for Cassidy, dude.
Dude, I do really love that, man.
My mother.
Yeah, that piece is sick. I love that.
It is beautiful, dude. Look at it.
Well deserved, man, and thank you.
Yeah. And nice panty shot, which is always appreciated. Yeah. Good job, Cassidy. So
Dude, I was gonna put so much detail in those panties.
You were. Well, you still can.
I just wanted to complain about it.
I see. Okay, well, you won anyway.
Just couldn't do it for the thing.
I see. Cassidy, so what you need to do, Cassidy, is after we're done here, you need to go to my Twitter, which is links just down the bottom of the video, right? Go to my Twitter and send me this pic to me so I can get it to Edwin today, okay? The rest of you guys put in the after show as well as my Cassidy, please do it as well for Pixel's archives. But other than that, this was a really cool show, guys. Great art. Really happy to have Larry here. But before we get out, we're going to let everyone give their details of where they can be found and stuff like that. So we'll start with Booster today. Booster actually has a nice piece of art showing on his side, which is usually never happens.
What am I doing? I wasn't listening.
You're telling people where they can find you, you oiled bastard.
I'm Booster Kiwi everywhere on Twitter and on YouTube, and I actually sort of have content. I haven't actually uploaded anything, but I have like lots of playlists and stuff where I can be found and everything. So that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. It is.
Yeah, do that.
All right, guys. So check him out. Next, of course, we have Cassidy. Cassidy, tell us where they can find you. Also, if you have any projects or stuff you're working on, go ahead and shill it, dude.
Yeah, sure. Currently, I'm working on a project that I can't announce yet, but you will be hearing about it soon because I'm 3 issues deep. So hopefully, I can disclose that information someday. But yeah. You can find me at Mr. Cassidy Art wherever social media is present. So.
Awesome. And congratulations again, dude. Great piece. Really nice, dude.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Next, we have El Rodimus, sir.
You can get me at Elrodimus Flash on Twitter or elrod.elrod on Instagram.
There you go. And you're not working on any projects right now?
Working on a couple, and kind of today just got in touch with a filmmaker friend of mine that we're probably going to do like a live action trailer for one of the projects. So that'll be really cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet, dude. Yeah, it is interesting to me of all the interviews we do over here. There's a lot of crossover, man, between comics, animation, and movies, dude. It is interesting how much crossover we see. But awesome.
It's really
dude.
all the same thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it pretty much is.
All right, moving down here to Mr. Eric Weathers, not to be mistaken with any other Eric. This is our Eric, and absolutely killer piece today. I love it, dude. But tell the people about you and where they can find you and what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. Of course, he has a project as well.
You just called me Weathers.
Yes, I know. I did it on purpose.
Oh, you did it on purpose. Okay. Like again? No, you can find me at ES_Hawkins on Twitter. I'm working on a couple of projects. Following up the Zombieful World of Oz with issue 2, which Hope to get out. I'm hoping before the end of the year, and I'm working on Celebrity Ghost Hunters, another comic book I'll be crowdfunding here in probably a couple months.
And of course, I am joking. This is Eric Hawkins. Eric Weathers is another person that comes on the show. And of course, Eric is a really good artist as well, and he has his own Oz thing. It's the Battle of the Ozes between these two guys. But of course, Weathers is
This
more.
is Operation Zephyr.
Yeah, that's Operation Zephyr. Yeah, but of course, the real difference is mainly Eric Weathers as the letter extraordinaire because he does most of the lettering in the community. But I'm just picking on Eric Hawkins here.
I know. Actually, it's pretty interesting. Someone actually said Eric Hawkins lettered Graveyard Shift 2 by mistake the other night on the live stream.
Oh. Sweet, dude.
I was like, yes.
Yes, I'll take that, baby. All right. But thank you very much for coming on as usual, Eric. It's awesome.
Hey, no problem. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
We got Ink Spots. Ink Spots, tell the people where they can find you, man.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at MyEvilRobot. And that's it for now.
My Evil Robot. That is interesting. Yep. And you working on any projects, dude?
That's a great name.
Yeah, it is, right?
I am, but I'm waiting for Dinale to announce it when we get the promotional stuff ready.
Did you just release the fact that you're the artist for Dinale's project? Did you just drop a spoiler? Did you just do something you were supposed to do?
No. Just the colorist. Just the colorist.
Just the colorist.
The artist is a mystery.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink.
Who
All
could
right.
it be?
All right. Okay, everyone post that on Facebook now. All right, but definitely check that out, guys. Moving over here to Jim O'Reilly, the man himself. Dude, tell them where they can find you, man.
They can just follow the vibration, and it'll lead to theartofjimO'Reilly.com. Check out my website. I've got a lot of stuff posted there. I'm currently working on my own personal book and a book with Ron Fortier, the creator of or the writer of Terminator.
Oh, sweet, dude. That's awesome.
So yeah.
And of course, if you're a card collector, you might well own some of Jim's art already.
Yeah. Next card project will be Punisher for Marvel.
Punisher for Marvel. Sweet, dude. Yeah, you'll definitely have to tell us about that when that's going on, or when you can, anyway. Thanks a lot for coming on, Jim. Definitely, guys, check him out.
No problem.
Yeah, and of course, Mortal V is doing an amazing job as usual moderating because he is the man. Booster's not the man. Mortal V's the man. Just so you know. Yeah.
I'm not the man.
I don't know. I love you though, man. We got Zero. Hey, Zero, nice mask, dude. What's going on? Tell the people where they can find you, man.
So you can find me on Twitter and or YouTube, both Zero to Comic, as well as you can also just look up John Chedester for the Twitter, and that would be my social medias.
There you go. I'm glad that there's a Chedester to be along with the Chester, so it works out really well. It's good. It's good. We'll definitely check it out. Good piece today. Nice to have you on, man. And thanks for filling that spot. Then, of course, we have the man, the awesome, amazing artist who does not appreciate the love we give him, Mr. McCrank. Do you have any place where people can find you yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so
I
you
don't.
don't.
No, there's no art there. So once I get art, then.
All right. Once he can actually do art, he'll give us some contacts. So basically, what that means, if you want to talk to McCrank and get him to work on a project with you, talk to me, and I'll get you in touch with him. That's how it goes. But for right now, he hasn't become an artist yet. So we'll just leave it as it is. But thank you very much, McCrank. It is a beautiful piece you had today. I love the face, man. The shading's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, last but certainly not least, we have the man of the hour here. Of course, we have Larry with us, the creator of NYOBI, and really cool, fun thing we had here today, looking at this fun character, learning a lot about her. You also need to come on our show sometime so we can go in depth into the Indiegogo.
Anytime, sir.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think this Friday I haven't booked that spot yet. So if you're available on not Friday, sorry, the Saturday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're available at that time, I'll book you.
Funny enough, normally I work Saturday nights, but I actually have this one off, so I think that is very doable.
All right. Well, just say yes or no to me, and I'll put
Right
you
on.
in the schedule.
I am saying yes.
All
I'm
right.
saying yes.
Well, let me do that. So this Saturday,
You heard it
8
here,
p.m. Eastern
folks.
Standard Time, we're going to drop into that in depth and look at that Indiegogo. I'm going to I'm putting you on the schedule right now. You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I got
All
the night
right.
off, so.
All right. Well, let me see here. What would Saturday be? It's the
Cool.
20th. All right.
But first, I just want to extend my gratitude to you, to Pixel, to Chester, or sorry, the Booster, to everyone that made this happen, to every single artist that came on the show, that drew along at home, and everyone that participated in the chat today. This really made my day. This was fun as hell for me. I appreciate every single one of you.
Absolutely.
Aw, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for letting us draw your character.
Yeah, it is a fun-looking character. It is, and he got a lot of love and it not only here today, but from many people over the years, as you showed us. It's cool, man. Definitely hit that. You see the link to the Indiegogo is in the chat. Definitely go over there and click on it and check it out, man. And back this project, support him. We're always over here trying to support the indie revival that's ongoing, and we always want to support good stuff, and this is good stuff. A lot of people are involved in this project, so definitely do that. But nevertheless, thank you very much to the chat. We love you guys. You guys are awesome coming in here every day and supporting us. It's cool. And of course, thank you to all the artists today. You guys did a great job as usual, and we had some fun, nice chats as well. So beyond that, I'm just going to say goodbye, and I'm going to let these guys say goodbye, and then they're going to be very quiet because Chester's going to run an outro. Okay, so here we go. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
And the outro
Please.
plays.